Hey, ya freaks. This episode of the Joe Rogan... Oh, fucking said my name. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by NatureBox. NatureBox, my new favorite snacks. NatureBox has this thing called sriracha. That's how you say it, right? Sriracha cashews. They're the best fucking snack I've ever eaten in my life. I said it. They're the best. It's incredible. They're so delicious. They have all sorts of cool shit, too. NatureBox is a way where you can get healthy snacks delivered to your house, to your office, whatever, and, like, not tempt yourself with bullshit. Not have, like, potato chips and nonsense laying around. And they can accommodate specific needs, like if you want low sugar, gluten-free, things along those lines. They have all sorts of different choices, more than 100 different choices. Really fucking delicious stuff. The Big Apple pineapples, oh my God, Big Island rather, not Big Apple. Big Island pineapples are delicious. Plantain chips, the South Pacific plantain chips, really yummy stuff. More than 100 different things. 100% no trans fats. 100% zero high fructose corn syrup. Nothing artificial. It's about as healthy as you can get when it comes to yummy snacks. I mean, they have stuff like pretzels, which realistically are never healthy. You know, it's like fucking dough. You're eating dough. But for the most part, if you want to eat healthy, they can hook you up. And if you want to mix healthy up with not so healthy, you can do that too. But all of it is delicious. And they have free shipping anywhere in the U.S. NatureBox is busting the vending machine's monopoly on your midday hunger. Does that sound like somebody wrote that? It does a little, right? And anyway, go to NatureBox right now and get 50% off your first box. That's naturebox.com/Rogan. That's naturebox.com/Rogan, the official snack provider of this podcast. So go there and get 50% off your first box. We're also brought to you by Onnit.com. That's ONNIT. If you've never tried any of Onnit's supplements, if you've never tried any of Onnit's products, and you're like, what the fuck is this Onnit shit I keep hearing about? There's a bunch of things that they've discovered. Scientists, intelligent people, researchers, nutritionists, things all over the world that can improve various aspects of human performance. Whether it's the way your mind works, what they call cognitive function, or whether it's the way your body utilizes oxygen, the way your brain promotes serotonin use. You can actually benefit your body by taking supplements that are the building blocks for various neurotransmitters. And that's what Alpha Brain is all about. Alpha Brain is what's called a nootropic. And this is a very controversial point of discussion because there's a lot of people that think that anything, just like that claim, hey, there's going to be something that makes your brain work better. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That sounds retarded. That doesn't sound like it makes any sense at all. I agree with you. It sounds like horse shit. But if you step back and you look at, well, what is the difference between me on a good day and me on a sucky day? There's a difference. I don't know what it is, but there's me when I'm rested and I'm feeling good, I'm happy, everything's in tune, where my brain fires good. Like I can have conversations and I flow well, I'm eating well, I'm drinking a lot of water. It works better. You got to think that everything you take into your body has a direct effect on how your body reacts. Number one, can't stress this enough, eat good food. That's the most important thing. It's more important than any supplement you can take. Eat healthy food, rich in nutrition, a lot of green vegetables. All that stuff is a no-brainer. And it's number one. It's the base of the pyramid. But after that comes the question of optimization. And can you get completely fully optimized through just your food? I don't think you can. I think there are benefits to certain supplements, and those supplements are the ones that we sell at Onnit. We find things that we find to be beneficial. We look at the research behind it. We post all the research behind it with references, and if we try it and we use it and we like it, we start selling it. All the research is available at Onnit for all of the different, whether it's all the different supplements, whether it's Alpha Brain or Shroom Tech Sport. There's the stories behind it, the logic behind it, the research behind it, and we've also done our own double-blind placebo studies with Alpha Brain and showed clinically beneficial results. And we're running a much larger study right now. The first study we did, it's published. It's all available at onnit.com. We did it with a small group of people. It's what's called a pilot study. They did that. It was effective, but 4 people, I think, dropped out, so it's 16 out of 20. Which is really good, but not enough. So we're doing a big one now with 80 people. But the research behind all the individual ingredients in Alpha Brain, all of them, and the references to that research is all available. All the explanations to the layman, much better than I can give it to you myself in a commercial. But to sort of counter that controversial aspect of these things, we have a 100% 30-pill, 90-day money-back guarantee. So if you try, whether it's Shroom Tech, which really is like one of the best endurance supplements I've ever tried in my life, and it's all based on the cordyceps mushroom. If you go and try New Mood, which is a 5-HTP supplement, which actually enhances your mood and it enhances your brain's ability to produce serotonin. It's the building blocks of serotonin, 5-HTP and L-tryptophan, which actually converts to 5-HTP. All of it explained at audit.com. And like I said, 100% money-back guarantee. You don't even have to return the product. Just say, this stuff is whack, bitch. You lied to me. And you get your money back.
Check out that Ludacris, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, Ludacris was playing with some Onnit kettlebells.
That's badass.
Ludacris apparently has become a fitness freak. He's always posting on his Instagrams about working out. He's got some trainer he takes on the road with him, and he just bangs it out every day. Like rain or shine, he's committed to working out, which is pretty interesting. Smart thing to do, you know, if you're a rich guy, bring a goddamn trainer with you everywhere. Make sure you get a workout in. Ludicrous, you smart bastard. Anyway, Onnit.com, use the code word Rogan and save 10% off any and all supplements. We sell strength, conditioning equipment, healthy foods, all that shit. Onnit.com, O-N-N-I-T. Use the code word Rogan. Oh, and there's a big sale going on right now, 48-hour sale. 16% off everything. Use the code word June48. That doesn't make sense. June 48? Is that real? Why would it be June 48?
48-hour special. It's June 1st.
48-hour sale.
There you go. That's it. 48-hour sale. Okay, so June 48. So go there for 1 day and 23 hours and 36 minutes and 43 seconds as of 12:23 p.m. on June 2nd. Do the math, bitch! All right, the champ is here. TJ Dillashaw's in the motherfucking house. Trainer Duane Bang motherfucking Ludwig here as well. Let's get going.
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
I've been a lucky man. I've been able to see some shit in my life. I've been able to see a lot of shit up close and personal. I've seen way more than 1,000 fights. I don't know how many I've ever seen professionally. The best fight I ever saw in my life, the finest performance, was this man sitting across the table from me. TJ Dillashaw, your fight with Renan Barão was the slickest, most technical, most beautiful mountain that I've ever seen anybody climb. The way you did that shit was seriously, like, it's no matter what happens from now on to the end of time, that was a milestone to me. That was like a guy who rose to the occasion against the biggest dragon in the fucking forest, the one everybody was scared of. Dude, Renan Barão was a fucking werewolf. That dude was wheel-kicking people in the face and fucking like leaping knees and pounding dudes out, taking their backs like a ghost. Just wicked. Looked wicked at every turn. Undefeated for like 30 fucking fights. I mean, it was incredible. Renan Barão was a beast. And TJ Dillashaw, you picked him apart. You moved around him. You looked so relaxed in there for the moment you got into that cage. I go, look at this kid. He looks like he's in a sparring session. You were just loose and moving. You weren't doing anything that showed that you were tense. You weren't doing anything like where you're hesitating, anything where you're like dipping your feet into the water. It was like from the get-go, you were in the groove. And you could see right away there was a thing where Barão was like, oh, shit, what the fuck's going on here? Somewhere in the first couple of minutes, before you landed that right hand in the first round, somewhere in those first couple of minutes, you could see he was like, I am getting fucked up here. Like, this dude is hitting me, and I can't hit this dude. And then all of a sudden, whack! You drop this right hand on him over the top of the left shoulder on the button. The legs give out. He goes down. And I'm like, holy shit. And he survived the rest of the fight into the fifth round when you stopped him. But he was done after. He just wasn't the same after that. And his corner was telling him, do not exchange with this guy. Stay away from the exchanges. I was like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is his corner's telling him to run from TJ Dillashaw. They're like, take this fucking guy down. Grab him and take him down. Which, you know, you just wouldn't think would be their strategy. So it was like a clear adjustment of something that was going on in a fight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that compliment.
Dude.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna have a grin on my face the rest of the day now, man.
Oh, you deserve it. You
Thank
deserve it and more. You know, you two together are a very unique combination. It's really interesting because I've had the pleasure of being friends with guys like Duke Rufus, who's a great trainer and a great guy, and Greg Jackson, who's a great trainer, a great guy, Mark Delagrate. I mean, I've had a chance to become friends with so many of these guys. And one of the more problematic aspects of fighter-trainer relationships are like that fighters are kind of like stubborn and they have a lot of ego and so are trainers, and a lot of trainers used to be fighters, and a lot of guys have this my way or the highway thing going on, and a lot of other guys don't like to take instruction. It's a lot of weirdness when it comes to fighters. It's a lot of weirdness when it comes to emotions after losses, trying to figure out who's to blame, passing blame when maybe you shouldn't. But every now and then it works perfect. Every now and then you got like this puzzle where these two dudes are actually friends and you see it work out great. And that's where I see you guys right now. You guys are in this rare space. You know, like Rufus has it with Anthony Pettis. You know, like, and he's had it with a lot of other fighters that he's trained as well. Because he's such a friendly and affable guy, you know? And Duane, you found a way to, you and TJ, the way you guys sync together. I see it. You know, I see it when you talk about fights. I had the privilege of watching you work with him once in my gym, holding pads for him. And I was watching you coach him and you guys, the way you guys move together. It's a real interesting relationship.
Yeah, it helps out that he cares how I do, and that not only I want to win for myself, but I want to win for him too. It holds like this higher standard of like what I want to do every day I get in the gym. I got a guy watching me 24/7 on what I'm doing wrong or right. And so I want to like not only, it's like pleasing your father when you're a kid, you know what I mean? Like doing the things right for him, you know? It's like the same thing. I want to do what Duane has shown me the right way. And it's like I've just got addicted to doing it. It's
so cool. It's so cool to see. I love watching shit work, you know? So it's so cool to see you go over to this alpha male team and then all of a sudden, boom! I mean, you got this camp full of killers, like arguably the best lighter weight camp overall in the country. Without a doubt, top 3, right? Not the country, the world. There's Nova Unyao, there's you guys, and there's, you know, a couple other places that have that kind of pool of talent in the lighter weight divisions. You guys have it locked down.
Yeah, there's definitely this is a special time in martial arts history. What's going on right now with the team? What's just happened with me and the team? It's something special for sure.
Yeah, you know what? It seems like this is a special time in martial arts history, period. It really seems like there's a lot of energy on MMA right now. The fact that there was 2 UFCs going on at the same time on Saturday, you know, that was pretty wild. And I feel like more people are aware that the highs in MMA are higher than any other sport. You can't compare. A ball going into a net is still just a fucking ball going into a net. And when you head kicked Henan Brown that 5th round and you saw his knees go and you moved in for the closer, I was like, oh, shit. Dominates him for 4 rounds and he's going to head kick him and stop him. This is crazy. That kind of feeling of being a fan, of watching a wild fight like that, it's super hard to describe.
Yeah, you're putting. It's kind of like putting your life on the line when you're in there. You know, I mean, even though it's not, but it feels like that kind of adrenaline rush and that feeling of once you get the fight done, there's no better feeling in the world. Just kind of you have to scream and go crazy.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I knew what it was like to win a Taekwondo tournament, which is fucking nothing.
No, it's awesome.
Nothing compared to a UFC fight, especially a UFC fight for the world title. Especially a UFC fight for the world title when you're an 8-1 underdog on the consensus pound for pound, at least number 2 guy in the world. It's like John Jones and him. They would alternate between 1 and 2.
I agree.
And in my opinion, Mighty Mouse. In my opinion, they don't give Mighty Mouse enough credit. He's never in the top 4 of people's lists. I think he could be number 1. Yeah. I mean, he's right up there. He's as good as anybody in the world.
Awesome athlete for sure.
He's perfect technically. Yeah. Everything he does is perfect. The way, I mean, I always say like, young fighters, like you want to learn how to fight perfectly, watch a guy like that. Watch a guy who's a long-time veteran, been a champion for quite a few fights now. He's as legit as it gets. But you stepped in there with a guy who's right up there with him. I mean, that's what everybody thought. That's where I thought. I mean, I still do.
Yeah.
I still think he's an elite fighter.
Yeah.
And you figured out together. You figured out a style and a strategy to expose what you felt like were some areas where he was vulnerable. And we actually talked at lunch about the very techniques that TJ was using, especially how you kept passing under his left and you were behind him. Dude,
I knew that I was a lot faster than him. You know, he's a big 135-pounder and he's very powerful, but I think that hinders his speed. You know, I think he's too big for the weight class almost, and I knew that I could be so much faster than him and create the angles that he wouldn't be able to keep up. He looked lost even in just the first round. Like he couldn't find me. He wanted to like hold me and stop me to be able to kick me or hit me with his big right hand. You know, he throws the same techniques. They're just a little bit too slow, I think.
It's so fascinating. It's so fascinating watching your evolution from the Ultimate Fighter. I mean, I've had the pleasure of watching you from the moment you were introduced to the world when you started doing the Ultimate Fighter, and you were a hungry young kid, lots of potential, and then world champion, one of the finest performances the sport's ever seen in just a couple of years. That's amazing.
Yep, definitely. That's why I just had my buddy James Blair make a new highlight of just his recent fight since I've been here, and just to see the progression of each fight. Just get
I sent that to
That's just
Jamie.
so
Did you
crazy.
get that?
Yeah.
Load that shit up. Let's watch that. Because it is pretty
It just
incredible.
tells a story.
I'm not trying to give you a big head, kid.
No, I know.
Settle
I know,
down.
that's what's awesome about like these guys
already-
are coachable.
He can't.
I'm
Well,
already thinking about defending the title and having
There
to
we
get
go.
nervous about that. You know what I mean?
Dude.
So you gotta keep yourself hungry to get better, and I think that's why I've got so good so fast.
I agree. I have full trust and full knowledge that you'll navigate the waters. You got to this far.
I'm too competitive to get that big of a head, man.
I'm sure you're smart enough to know.
Yeah.
But that's the beautiful thing about where we live today is that people you get see back when like the Muhammad Ali days or anybody before that. Hold on a second. It was hard to get like information. It was hard to watch documentaries on fighters' lives. It was hard to read books on their lives. You kind of just got stories from old trainers, and there was a lot of mistakes that were repeated over and over and over again. But at a certain point in time, in today's day and age, especially with the internet, you get checked enough so that getting completely cocky and delusional like some fighters have gotten, it's you got to try hard to get that way today. Because dudes will chip you down,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
and the world will expose you. And there's like really good writers now too, who like there's a was it Jack Slack? Is that the dude's name? Who's did that takedown, the video? Used a lot of animated GIFs, and then talked about your article. Or talked about your fight in an article.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
It's fantastic.
Oh, nice.
let me find it if we get a chance here
All
while
right.
we're watching this this highlight, and I'll give the guy the full shout out and where the website is so you can watch it because
Nice.
he
Cool.
broke down the very strategy that you used and showed.
Oh, before
after.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, with animated highlights of you doing it.
Wow.
So explained what he had done wrong in past fights and how you capitalized on it.
Okay.
Brilliant article.
Okay, so it was an article that came out after my fight.
Yes,
Okay.
after the fight.
Okay.
But it's so indicative of this new wave of like super intelligent fans that break down fights.
Yes.
And super intelligent, martial arts analysts. You can call them fans, but a lot of these guys have been martial artists their whole life. They just have another job.
Correct.
So they're still fans of martial arts, so they choose to write these really brilliant articles on something, and you're seeing just way more info.
Yep.
So more info about what works, what doesn't work, and more info about like the mistakes of the past, like things where guys have fucked up. Let's take a look at that documentary or this highlight reel.
All you have to do is believe, baby. Believe you're the best in the world, you'll get here.
It's just my destiny. I just gotta believe that it's my destiny to beat him, and it's my time.
James
Personally, I've
Blair.
learned so much from the guy. He kind of took me under his wing. I just kind of fell perfectly into his fighting style.
Duane Ludwig just pours information into TJ has been awesome. He's just on a different level right now than he was when he first started.
Keeps such a good base, man. Good angles off to the side. For real. Modern day ninja.
This highlight reel is so awesome.
James Blair rocks it.
What is the name of the highlight reel? If people want to watch it because they're listening to this.
What is it? Power of Belief.
Yeah, something like
TJ Dillashaw, The Power of Belief.
Yeah.
Man, what a great title for this sort of a highlight reel. I mean, that really is what it's perfect. It's a perfect
Boils down
title.
to how much do you really believe and want it?
no doubt. There's no denying Renan Barão was the #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He was the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Renan Barão is absolutely one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. 32 fights in a row. I mean, let that sink in for a little bit. He's gone nearly a decade without losing a fight.
TJ Dillashaw of now, with 15 months he had with Duane Ludwig, is a completely different
Handlebars.
209.
You went straight Nick Diaz on him.
I always do, man. I'm a huge Nick Diaz fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You went Nick Diaz in the stance.
I've done it my last 3 fights. I've just been a huge fan of Diaz. So I always do it.
That's so cool.
Head motion,
I love it, man.
Matrix.
I love it. Oh, that right hand was so wicked, man.
I knew right there, man.
Look at this.
Perfect.
On the biz nut.
Base, to the side. Boom.
You know, and it wasn't like he wasn't swinging, dude. That dude was still throwing heavy leather.
He was in the fight.
He's got a good jab. He popped my head back a couple times with an awesome jab on some of the counters.
He hits hard, man. He hits very hard. He's very fast, too.
Man.
So for you to say you were way faster than him is redonkulous, son.
I don't know, man. I just
you were.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just that. It was everything. It was a combination of everything. It was not one thing that you could tie it down to. It was your movement. It was your confidence, your relaxation in there. How you look at that. Just that series that you just did where you ducked under that right hand of his and cracked him again. You were just hitting him with a volume of strikes that was preposterous. He just couldn't deal with it.
It's because this guy's got me striking at all angles. You know, southpaw, orthodox.
Incredible.
So no matter where he goes, I'm able to strike.
Boom. It's excellent base, man. Timing.
That fucking picture's so awesome, too.
insane.
That picture of you freaking out after you won, you just look like electricity was shooting out of your body.
You look like a psychopath, dude.
You look
Just ready
so fired up. It's so ridiculous. It's one of the greatest pictures in all of MMA.
Yeah.
That picture of you just, roar!
Dude, it's an amazing feeling. Man, appreciate that.
Thinking at that moment. Singing my bang Muay Thai is tight.
Bang Muay Thai is tight. No shit, man. Wow. How old are you now, man?
28.
What does that feel like? What is this ride like?
It's been crazy. It's been, especially for how fast it's been. I mean, obviously, I picture myself being the best in the world, but I never expected it to be this fast and for me to catch on as fast as I did. And when I quit school and thought about fighting, it was just kind of like, I hope I can make this work. You know, I hope this is gonna pan out.
Seems like it panned out pretty good.
Yeah,
Seems like you're doing all right now.
All right.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is you're getting better. I mean, if you can continue at the same pace. Again, I hate blowing smoke up people's asses, but I think you can handle it. If you can continue at this pace that you're at right now, just the amount of development that I've seen from you from the time you're in the Ultimate Fighter to the time you become champion, I've never seen it. I've never seen anybody improve that quickly.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's amazing. You two together are a wild combination, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird combination, man.
It's because he's so hyper and craziness, and then I stay calm and weathered that it kind of just meshes. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's like 100 miles an hour, and I'll like calm down a little bit, and just like makes this perfect aura of like, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to be calm right now, not be too freaking hyper, but just breathe, relax. The spaceship's hovering.
Yeah,
you're a part of the whole developmental process though with that madness of yours.
Yes, sir.
You know, because you're so into like we went to lunch before your fight, and it was me and like 5 of my friends. Duane didn't give a fuck what anybody else was talking about. He was on strategy, movement. He was breaking shit down.
Dude, that's what I've said in all my interviews. Is because he cares about his job as much as I do. Is why this works too. He goes home. I'll get home after a hard day of practice. Right, I worked out like 2-3 times. Get home, just want to veg out, watch some TV, and like think about not fighting at all, anything else but fighting. And then he'll text me on something I should be doing for my fight, or he watching Barão's fight and things I can do in the fight. I'm just like, God damn it! I gotta like think about the fight, go run, and like get all amped up. It's like, yeah, you're right. I can't do that. That's right. That's what I need to do. So he's making me think about the fight 24/7, which helps me out a lot. I mean, I get in those situations in the fight, and it's like I've already been there before.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It just, I wonder how long you guys can keep this up.
Forever.
It's so crazy. Like you're both so manic about it. You're both so
yeah, definitely
forever.
Definitely a good mix for sure. The best mix, 100%. Yeah, I don't know if it was kind of a destiny meant to be to make sure like the way our paths crossed, or if you create your destiny, if it's already predetermined. Not too sure, but this is working out like as if it was meant to be.
Well, you as a trainer, you've really fallen into this role with such a passion. You know, it's so cool to see because for a lot of fighters, they develop all this technique and they have all this knowledge and they get so much better at training. But then as they start to get older, their body just doesn't work the same anymore. And there's a certain amount of time you can put into fighting and competing when, you could Randy Couture it if you're a freak. But he's a rare dude. He's a rare guy. I don't know how he did that. Nobody knows how he did that.
No, I have no
Deep
idea.
into his 40s, still competing at a super high
gangster as
level.
fuck.
Just an animal. Just a savage. But for most guys, at a certain point in time, they have to find an exit strategy, and it becomes a very difficult time for them. But for you, you seem to have found this perfect blend of right when your career, when you started to slow down, boom, you take over the spot. There's very little gap time in between the two. Like you could take a fight right now. Like if you wanted to, like if somebody offered you a fight right now, you're in shape. You could just do a 6-week camp and still do a fight. So it's not like everybody was saying like, man, Duane Ludwig's got to hang up the gloves.
Gotcha.
You were still in the game, and you decided to start training fighters, and you seem to have just hit the gas.
It's what I've been kind of looking to do. Well, I've been training guys since I was 19 anyway. I was actually one of a mitt holder for Mr. Boss Rutan, Sensei Boss Rutan, for his Randleman fight when he was in Colorado. So I learned a lot then also, and I don't know how old I was there, 24, 25, but it's something I've naturally been doing anyway since I was 19. And the last couple of years of my fighting, I was just fighting to kind of just stay busy and for a paycheck and not to get a regular job. So slow down, relax. I get excited, man. I love this, man. It's passionate. So
I know
it's
you
as
do.
fast as my brain goes. So let me think. It was just, if I had this opportunity to do it, a couple years prior, I probably would have, but it wasn't the right time then. That's why just the way the chain of events that happened. I couldn't actually take a fight. My knee's still pretty jacked up from last fight. My knee got blown out, so it's kind of. I was in a position where I had 3 months worth of pay and a year-long injury, And then Faber texted me one night. I was like, "Hey, Duane, is this your number?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then gave me the opportunity to come out and work with these guys. And I was handed a parking lot full of race cars and being asked to take them to the race.
That's the best way to describe it.
It's been an awesome ride, and it's literally like playing a video game, 100%. As long as the controller works and you hit the right cues on the right time, it's literally like playing a video game.
That's what you said to me after the fight.
Yes, sir.
Your exact words.
That's how I see it. I'm just a child at heart, I guess. That's the quickest analogy. It's like people say they have like that brotherly love, but I genuinely care for my guys and I love them like my kids.
Well, Uriah Faber's done an amazing job
of
putting together a wild camp of barbarians 100%. Up there.
He just kind of draws in these people too. It's not like he went out searching for all these great training partners. Just his personality in general, the person he is, kind of just like attracted everyone to that camp. He tried recruiting me when I was in wrestling. I didn't go up to Davis and wrestle where he was at. After I graduated at school, I just migrated up there. Munoz kind of pushed me that way, and just kind of happened.
Wow.
And as long as you can stick it out and be pretty gangster in the gym, then you're going to work. You're going to get really good. Otherwise you're going to get your butt kicked and you're probably going to leave.
Yeah.
But if you're tough enough to get into sparring rooms and we'll throw down. If you're able to stick it out, then you're going to get a lot better.
Yeah, that is the thing, whether or not guys can stick it out. But it's amazing that he's been able to inspire so many guys to go to this one area. And if you know Uriah, he's a unique dude. He's very smart. Very smart, and he's also like super motivated and driven. If you read, his book is pretty interesting. And one of the things that I talked to him about when I interviewed him for the UFC was how he'll write things down and look at them like first thing in the morning when he wakes up. He'll have like a list of things that he wants to accomplish, a list of things he's trying to do, and like having a guy like that around. Very inspirational because you want to do the same kind of things.
Copycat method,
Yeah.
I think he's gotten all that from that book, The Secret. He kind of learned the way of like setting goals and setting the way you should live your life, and it's just worked out, And
The Secret is kind of bullshit, but not.
It gives you the right path, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's something motivational. It's better than it's something it's created for a positive likeness on something, so it is a positive thing, just helping people. So I'm a fan of it for sure. But even I know what you mean, though it is somewhat bullshit too. But there's good pros and cons to it, like anything.
Yeah, it is motivational, right? And anything motivational is good if you could find motivation.
It was meant to be good, yeah.
It's just like it only works on the people that it works on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like for you, The Secret worked. Look, you're the world champion now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you were in a documentary on The Secret and you were like, I just knew that I could make this happen. I concentrated on it every day, and I put a lot of hard work in, but the law of attraction is what led you to that victory. People would go, "Oh my God, the secret's real," and then they would try it out themselves. Like, I want to breathe underwater. I want to be Aquaman. So I'm just going to concentrate on this, and I'm going to make. No, you're not going to make it happen. There's certain laws of physics.
Yeah, it comes back to the copycat method, I guess.
Right.
You're just copying someone else that was successful, and
well, my point was that it does work in that it works for people it works on, but it doesn't work for everybody. Like there are people that have started out in really poor families and bad neighborhoods, and they've gone on to become super wealthy and successful, and they've they're helping a lot of people and starting charities and things. It does happen sometimes. But it also happens that people just get fucked over and they wind up in terrible situations. And you can't blame those people that are in the worst situation that it's all just about the way they thought about things.
Right.
No, you get lucky breaks in life. So it's sort of a combination of those things. Yeah. Like, if you make all the right decisions and you get a bunch of lucky breaks and you don't get hit by a fucking truck while you're trying to cross the street, you can be really successful. But it's also, there's a lot of randomness involved in the universe. So you got to kind of, if you don't acknowledge that randomness, people get mad at you. Like people get upset at you.
Yeah, just its overall general message of doing something positive and directing your life to a certain direction and get the results you want.
Yeah, it's just when it becomes a system, you know, like this will work.
Well, that's funny you say that because, you know, as random fighting is with split seconds or fractions of an inch, I've taken, not completely, but I was able to take some parts of fighting and make it a system. And that's one of the things that we train off of, certain numbers and commands and cues, so we can speak while they're in the cage or on the pads or sparring. So, that's one of my tricky things in life right now is taking something so random as fighting and putting that into a system so that we can predict the patterns and, get used to what's coming, what may be coming next to counter or predict the counter, things like that as well.
And this is something that exists in boxing, but is even more important when you add in the extra limbs of Muay Thai, right? Like there's more, like technique becomes, in a lot of ways, it's much more of a balancing act than it is in boxing. In boxing, speed and athleticism are so dominating that a lot of fighters that maybe don't have the best technique have really good speed and athleticism, and they'll be a more technical fighter who's slower. But in Muay Thai, there's so much distance involved and so many other techniques and so many options and possibilities that a really technical fighter, like Amir Sadallah, good example, right? Amir Sadallah is a real technical guy, but not a physically strong guy by any stretch of the imagination. Not a super athlete, just a regular guy, but became pretty technical with his Muay Thai. You know,
for sure.
And he could beat guys that are a lot faster and stronger.
Yeah, he had definitely a good base in Muay Thai for sure.
I wanted to talk to you about your system because you're as far as the people that I know that have really spent the most time trying to break things down into, I know the Dutch do it a lot, and I had the pleasure of training with Rob Kamen.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Several times, and he's a very good guy, and he has a whole system that he teaches. He's got this Kamen Muay Thai system that he is basically, in a lot of ways like you, has kind of sort of broken down all the various possibilities that can happen in a fight. But I think you've done it on another level. You've taken it to even wackier place where you just, you're thinking about it all goddamn day.
Kamen probably doesn't even know his own combo and read the Bang Muay Thai system. We have a combo that's named after him.
Oh, really?
He doesn't even know it.
Is it a round kick across the front of the thighs?
It helps.
He loves that technique,
man.
He
does like that.
He would throw that round kick across the front of the thighs of both legs all the time, man. That's a beautiful technique.
He liked to, in some of the fights that I seen, he would fake the front kick and come down with a hook off that same side.
Oh,
so I call that the Cayman to come down with the same side hook.
Yeah, that was another technique of his.
And he would just crack
a hard hook.
Yeah, solid hook for sure. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I love watching old Rob Kamen fights.
Yeah, I bought his VHS, his VHS instructional tapes.
I love that.
And I used to just take notes on those and watch those all day long. Like I just obsessed about that stuff. And my style is based more off the Dutch style because coming up through boss route and stuff. Fuck, relax.
If you guys haven't figured out,
sorry, I can't even hear myself.
If no one's figured out, if you want to be a really good coach, you have to be a psychopath too.
Oh,
you have to be. You have to be a little twisted to get what he's figuring out inside that head. He's always got something going on, man.
Well, you have to be twisted to be a competitor too.
Well, true.
You're an interesting guy because you come off like the sweetest, kindest guy in the world. However, I hear training with you is not a ice cream sundae.
All right, guys, pick your partners. All right, who's working with TJ? Hey, did you sign the liability waiver? Yeah? Okay, cool. We're good. Start the round.
I am always the last one to get a partner.
Yeah.
Really?
No one wants to play with me.
Yeah. Do you think that, I mean, is it because you're so amped up and competitive and you only turn it on in competition? And when you're in there, you're just in there to go to war. You're not in there to just make nice. You're just in there to go to war, and that's the only way to get better.
Yeah, I'm super.
He's laughing. Look at him.
To make nice.
Because he loves it.
Yeah.
He gets to watch practice and laugh.
I can watch UFC fights all day long.
He controls me. Like we've been trying to get this controlled aggression that I have because I'm very aggressive when I'm competing because I'm really competitive and I want to be the best in the world. So in practice, I want to practice the best to be the best. And when things don't work out exactly the way they're supposed to, I get pissed and go harder. And that's something he's had to control with me. You know, I've learned to control my aggression and turn it on at the right times, but it's taken a long time to do that. So everyone's got this name for me as being, you know, the bully in the gym.
He does. He goes hard. He definitely goes hard. But he's got what can't be taught. So it just has to be controlled is all.
Yeah, it's simply a matter of how much damage you take that's unnecessary or give out that's unnecessary in the training. But other than that, to have that mad intensity, that is what it takes. There's only one way to be a champion. Yep. You can't be a champion and kind of, well, you know, give it my best. Yeah. You can't.
Nope.
There's other dudes. There's other dudes out there like TJ Dillashaw. That's the way it is. Like that's what I would tell people whenever anyone talks about dabbling in fighting. Yeah. You know, they say, "Hey, why don't you have an MMA fight?" You know, "Hey, you know who should have an MMA fight? That guy. I bet he could kick some ass." Listen to me. Unless that's what you're obsessed with, unless that is occupying your thoughts 24 hours a day, and when people start talking to you, if you don't like what they're saying, you start thinking about fighting. Unless that's going on, don't fight. Because there's someone out there like TJ Dillashaw. There's these motherfuckers out there that are like that all day long. And they will get in the same cage as you and light you on fire. And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
That's true. That's some people's journey. They just want to go through the process of a fight camp and do a fight just to experience it. So I guess, relax. So you just got to maybe you have to get the right matchup or somebody who's equally as skilled just for to have the event, then it's fine. But yeah, definitely you don't want to come across someone like TJ Dillashaw. He's a world-class athlete that's dedicated and that will kill you.
Yeah, and you could run into a guy like that in the amateurs. You could easily run into a guy like that in the amateurs.
I had 2 amateur fights.
Yeah, see,
but I was obviously
not as
amateur.
Good. Yeah, you weren't as good, but still, you could run into some, especially dudes that have freaky power, guys that have that LeVar Johnson type power. You could run into those dudes, and your head's gonna be fucked up for a long time just because you wanted an adventure. Like, be careful, bitch.
Yeah.
That's not.
You got to research your opponent.
You should be. I think martial arts are a great thing to be involved with.
100%.
But if you're gonna fight in MMA, you better be goddamn obsessed.
Yeah.
That's why I think this combination of you two is so fascinating to me. Yeah. Because you're both bananas. You're both obsessed.
It should be a study. Like there should be some scientific studies going on, man.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some data that could be pulled from the early fights and the coaching videos and stuff like that up until now. Because I'm curious to see all the improvements and involvements of like just the improvements of every aspect of the game.
Well, there's so many improvements behind the scenes that a lot of folks don't know about, like how to train. There's all these like different thoughts and strategies about training at altitude or sleeping at altitude and training. Now that's what they say: train at sea level, sleep at altitude, and that has a pretty significant impact. And then your diet. Guys are like, oh, let's get out the gluten. Okay, we're gonna do Tabata training protocols.
What do you think about gluten?
I think that it's not the best thing for your body. Okay. It's fucking glue. Yeah. All right, you're breaking wheat down. It's turning it into this chewy. Like when you eat bread, chew that shit up and feel what it feels like. Yeah. It's glue. You're eating glue.
I've never really looked into it as much because I've been able to eat. Like I eat healthy and I eat really healthy just for the diet makes me feel good. And gluten's never ever bothered me before. And Danny Castillo's gotten on this gluten-free diet and he's like really strict about it. I always make fun of him and I always give him shit. But we go somewhere and he can't eat anything. He's like, "Come on, man! I'll pay extra for that gluten. Give me extra gluten and I'll eat it." But
I don't think it's bad for you. I've tried gluten-free. I was gluten-free for a long time, and then I'll allow myself to eat it once a week, which they say you're not supposed to do. If you're really gluten-free, you're supposed to be gluten-free 100%. But what I think is, it's like a lot of things. It's like beer. It's like bread. It's like cake. It's not good for you, but I like it anyway. Like I like a little bit of it. I think you should, for the most part, take in things that are really good for you. But I think gluten isn't. It's just it causes inflammation and it's difficult to digest. Just a little bit, not a lot. And for some people, it's a lot. Some people have like celiac disease and shit.
Right.
So for those people, it's pretty significant.
Do you feel worse when you have that day? Like the next day, do you feel worse from eating gluten at all?
Yeah, I feel like a fat fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like watered down. I feel like when I'll eat like I'll eat a sandwich or something like that, like a meatball sub or something fucking stupid on my cheat day, and that bun soaked up with spaghetti sauce just sits in my stomach like a rock.
Tastes so good though.
So good when it's going down. For a few moments of simple mouth pleasure, I'll allow myself to feel like shit for 24 hours.
That's awesome.
You feel it when you work out too. That's when I feel it. It takes a longer time to digest for me. If I eat like just standard protein, like fish and vegetables, it doesn't take me long to digest. A nice plate of healthy fish and some greens like kale or any arugula or some shit like that. That's like 2-3 hours later. I feel great. I can work out. But if I eat like a pizza, I'm fucked for a while.
Yep.
I'm fucked for 5 or 6 hours. There's not gonna be any working out.
Once a week, some pizza.
Yeah, now that I eat healthy, I can feel the huge difference of eating bad. But it's because I've gotten into the profession of what I do gives me money, and since I've been blending all my fruit and vegetables, it's insane how much I can eat. Like vegetable wise, like if I blend it up in the blend tech I got, like I eat 8 times as much fruit and vegetables as I used to when I was wrestling, just because I make a blend once a day.
That's so awesome. It's so good for you. As long as you mix it up. I've been reading about people that do run into issues if they eat all of their meals as blended vegetables. It's like if you get a certain amount of oxalic acid and a bunch of different things that exist in plants, probably to discourage animals from eating them. But if you have them in massive doses like that, like over and over again, like spinach, apparently raw spinach, very high in oxalic acid. But as long as you mix it up, it's fine. And as long as you have calcium in your diet, tends to mitigate it in some way. But there's no better way. It's like you're getting like mainline and nutrients.
Nice. Yeah.
I drink one of those kale shakes, dude, and I feel like I did fucking like 2 shots of espresso.
Yeah.
I'm like fired up.
I drink it every morning. Every morning when I'm at home, I have a green shake in the morning also, and blend that puppy up and just chomp it down.
Even back to on it, if you want it to taste good, you just gotta put that hemp force in it, man.
Yeah,
everything tastes good.
Yeah, the hemp
you
force.
can blend up dog shit and it would taste
that's
good.
true. That's true.
Seriously, man.
That's the stevia, what we use for sweeteners.
Oh, that's right.
This shit, the same stuff that I use on my. You thought it was salt, yeah. The same stuff that I use in my my coffee. It's a natural plant extract, no sugar in it at all, and you just need a tiny little bit. It's super potent, like 10 times more potent than sugar.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, when I used to make it taste good, but now I don't even make the kale shake taste good anymore. Now I make
just slam it.
I make it taste terrible because I give it giant chunks of ginger and garlic now.
Okay,
like I'll have like seriously, seriously, remember what pagers used to look like?
Yeah.
A pager-sized chunk of ginger, just fucking hammer it.
That sounds
in one shake.
Woo!
So that's in one shake. You slam that much ginger. Oh fuck!
Yeah, I'm like that turtle.
I
dude.
have about half of that in a week's shake.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, I slam it. I slam it and 4 or 5 cloves of garlic.
God.
Depending on
you
how
probably
big.
smell so bad afterwards.
I smell like
I got up my garlic intake for sure.
I smell good, kid.
Look at yolks, man.
I smell like shit.
Yeah.
I do
don't
smell
do
funny.
Like garlic.
Did you just train?
Yeah. No, just ate.
Some garlic.
Your loads taste horrible.
I don't know. Why don't you try them, bitch? Let me know next time you're in a tasty mood.
On it. You'll be all right, right?
Next time you're in a tasty mood.
Next time you're in a taste testing mood, we'll make a video.
That's good.
Probably get a lot of YouTube hits off of that.
It's a mouthful, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, if you all you'd have to do is I would come on the desk and just dip your finger and go like that. That's all you would have to do.
NG, motherfucker.
No, that's NG. Yeah.
That would be
NG, motherfucker.
It's over.
Oh,
it's over.
That's funny.
The YouTube would break.
I'm sure you got the curdled kind where you could just pick it up.
No,
like
my loads are very normal. Curdled kind.
This shit took a turn.
I drink a lot of water, dude.
Oh, that's true.
Water it
I'm
up.
healthy. My loads are quite fluid.
Tastes like garlic and.
This is like back at the academy, man. This is the Alpha Male crew right here.
Imagine if dudes were like chicks, whereas women have a certain amount of eggs, and then that's it. It's over. Imagine if dudes were like that. We have a certain amount of loads. You know,
And
you're all
then the
saving them
worried.
up.
You're like checking. You look holding your balls up to the sun to see like where your load line is.
Keep a chart.
A lot of people would have
Waste 'em.
Dude, a lot of people would have blue balls. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I can't let this one
gotta
go.
save my load.
And then just have the worst
Girls
stomach
would
ache
be
for
like,
the next day.
Oh wow.
Girls would be like, "Come on, give me some load."
You're not worth it. You're not worth it.
Oh, that's true. It'd become into like a gambling
Yeah.
effect and
Oh, for
everything. A
sure,
little
man.
rational thing.
Guys would go into
Negotiation
tantric.
tool.
They'd go tantric where you squeeze it down.
So,
You never really
if that-
orgasm.
if
Just
that
grab
was-
the tip of your dick and like a lighter. And,
Oh,
If that was the case, guys would have more power in getting laid. Then.
That's true,
Instead of
right?
being on the girl side of it, like it's easier for a girl. It'd be a whole lot easier for a guy if you only had so many.
Listen, if we all fucking band together, we can make
There
that
we go.
happen right now. We just gotta stay strong.
So I heard
I'm
this
good.
It's a union.
theory, right?
you can start this right now off the podcast. The podcast is powerful.
Yeah, let's have a dick union. Just agree.
Get some
Everybody
power around
agree.
here.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
take back your loads.
Save them.
Your loads are important. They're not valued right now in the equation, but damn it, they should be.
Stop wasting them.
It's a key ingredient. It's a key ingredient in making people.
Oh man.
Without the
That's
loads,
true.
you got nothing. That's the problem, though. Is like that would be like starting a fighters union. Like that's never really gonna happen, Because
Yeah.
dudes like fuck them,
Yeah.
and that's what dudes would say when it comes to the dick union. If we all got together and said, "Listen, we need to make our dicks more valuable. Okay, we need to make it harder to get to. Let's work something out here, boys."
The first ones are going to sacrifice big time, man. The ones that are starting this thing, because now they're the only ones not getting laid
Yeah.
to start this whole trend. Same as with the fighter union. You're the only one not getting paid.
Right, they would be
Yeah.
the ones who would step in
Yeah.
and say, equal pay for equal fighting or something.
Are they trying to start something?
Oh, people have in the past, I'm sure. It's very difficult. My point would be this,
Yeah.
it's like even comedians unions. There's never been a comedian. I mean, I guess the kind of maybe has been sort of. I think there's something like that. There's some sort of a union that they tried to put together. TJ Dillashaw drinks a lot of water. He's a healthy boy.
He's healthy and
Gotta make
hydrated,
his
that's for
pee-pee.
sure.
Do you know who Mike Epps is, by the way? Did you read that he beat up that other comedian?
He beat up a comedian for a joke. That's hilarious.
Stole the joke.
No,
for telling a
no.
joke.
The guy did a joke on his Instagram where he
Oh, wow.
he snorted coke and he pretended he was Mike Epps. He did like a Mike Epps joke.
Oh wow.
And then Mike Epps and his boys beat the fuck out of him.
Oh wow.
I guess he was mocking the Kevin Hart
Yeah.
Epps feud. Yeah. and-
Yeah, because Kevin Hart and Mike Epps were in some sort of a beef, and Mike Epps was talking shit about Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart made a video about it and said, you're not on my level, and you need to up your ticket sales, which
Wow.
is hilarious.
Wow.
Kevin Hart's hilarious.
He is funny.
I don't know who was, what started it all. I have no idea, but apparently Mike Epps didn't like what this guy did on his Instagram. Have you seen the video he did?
No.
It's available. You can get it. Pull it up. It's off of his Instagram.
On the guy that got beat up.
Yeah. He did a video where he pretended to be Mike Epps with coke all over his nose.
Wow.
And then he did a Kevin Hart impression where he's on his knees.
All right. Here we go.
I mean, it's not the best piece in the world.
Still be pissing people off, huh?
Did he take it down?
People being sensitive.
Where is it? It's not that far away.
Okay. This is May.
Well, just try to find the video. Like, do a search on it because it's it'll pop up
like
really
cocaine.
quickly. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Comedians hitting each other over jokes. That's the most ridiculous thing ever.
You looking
Especially
for attention?
if it's a guy who does coke. Do you do coke, bitch?
No, sir.
How can I'm saying not you. I'm just saying you, bitch. I mean, if you do, you can't be mad if someone makes fun of you doing coke. Like if someone did a video with me smoking weed, what am I gonna say? Like that's outrageous. Who are you? What kind of fucking bullshit is this?
I was afraid I was going to come back from the bathroom and everyone was getting beat up by Duane. I had to keep him under control, Like I was going to the bathroom. I was like, I got to make this quick because Duane's going to get pissed in there.
Is
beat
he like
someone
a
up.
dog that you like leave in Starbucks and you're like, shit, please let everything
Dude,
be
so,
okay?
Some funny stories about Duane. Like when I first started hanging out with him, we go on UFC trips, and he's always on watch of what people are talking about and just kind of like, kind of got this stand like so someone's always talking shit kind of deal,
Right.
And this guy's just started working for the UFC, and he's giving us a ride to the grocery store to pick up our healthy stuff for the week and to keep it in our room. And Duane's talking, he's telling a story, and this guy interrupts him a couple times, and I can see Duane get pissed about it. And like I only know Duane now for like a month, maybe 2, and he's at my first fight, and like I'm nervous, because like he comes across really harsh to people, but if you understand his personality, he's joking. But it's hard to tell if he's joking. And so he keeps interrupting this guy. He's like, you interrupt me one more time, I'm going to drop you. Oh, no, he asked us, hey, if you guys keep being rude, I'll drop you over here in the corner. He's like, if if you keep being rude, I'll drop you right now in this car. And the guy shut up for the entire ride. Like, he was like so scared. Like, man, we're cool with him now, but like he was so scared while we were in the car.
He was definitely scared. Yeah, it just comes across. You know, I'm never really gonna beat somebody up. I've had to fight in a long time, but I'm dead serious about as far as like interrupting, let someone like finish their, you know.
It's like a martial. It's like a martial arts respect thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's respect,
like,
right? Yeah.
People do it accidentally all the time. There's a lot of folks.
But don't do it around Duane. You get beat up.
Well, some guys just are not that skilled in the art of talking. You know, it gets there's weird little moments where you want to say something and you can't, and you're like, you gotta, you know,
like right now. Okay, ready? Yeah. So, but his manager, it was Mike. And it was Mike.
Yeah,
I was in Jeff. Is it Jeff?
Jeff, yeah.
It was Jeff. And I was talking to somebody. I was talking with Danny or somebody, and he comes up and he interrupted, right? And I was like, "You keep interrupting me, motherfucker!" Like, I'm not seriously mad, but seriously, like, let me finish. And then, like, you know, serious shit, right? But anyway, I guess, you know, he thought I was serious. Like, he went and told one of the guys, "Man, is Duane just a serious asshole or what?" And then I heard about like secondary. I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I was just fucking around." So I definitely come across a bit.
Well, you're fucking
sometimes.
around, but you're also letting people know that they are interrupting.
Yeah, for sure. They are.
Just usually people do it politely, and it's like, "Hey man, hold on a second, I got something to say." Duane's like, "Hey motherfucker, are you gonna interrupt me again? I'm gonna fuck you up." All right, let me finish my story.
There's some people that are so bad at it, you can't even have a conversation.
Just socially
with them.
awkward and shit.
You just go, we're never gonna really be talking. I'm just waiting for you to finish. Like, this is a crazy conversation. This is a real conversation.
It's like sometimes in my answers, I'll just fucking go off on a tangent and forget what I'm talking about. I do that quite a bit. Sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Rogan.
Go on tangents?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good, though, man. That's where creativity lies.
Yeah.
You're stuck in a predictable pattern.
Yep.
You know, tangents are where the wild ideas come from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like holding your balls up to the sun to see where you
see how many loads are left.
Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
The universe. Is this the video, Brian?
This is TMZ talking about it.
Oh, we don't need to play that. Stop. That's going to get us kicked off of YouTube.
Here's the video. Well,
yeah, because no, hold on. We keep getting pulled off YouTube. It's happened 3 times this month.
Right.
So like anytime there's a YouTube clip from now on, I'm not playing them anymore. I mean, unless it's something that like these guys are not going to like put you know, it's their video. They come in. We get pulled from YouTube like every week. It's crazy.
Wow.
Every time we play a YouTube clip, either somebody wants money for it, or there's some, you know, some
YouTube's
fucking,
awesome. I wonder what the deal is.
It's not them. It's people make claims against your video.
Oh,
even TMZ though.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, it seems like everybody's doing it. I mean, we did it last year. Last week was a goddamn nature documentary video. A snake killing a crocodile. We got pulled off of YouTube.
Oh wow,
it's ridiculous. We're getting pulled off constantly for these little YouTube videos. So just play that dude's video off of Instagram.
Yeah, I think it got taken off of Instagram, but it's up somewhere else.
Oh really?
Yeah. So.
That's interesting.
Here it is.
Man.
It got took down, huh? So the dude made fun of Mike Epps and his buddies beat the shit out of him. So that's what's going on today. Yeah, Mike Epps beat up a comedian for telling a joke about him.
Can't be telling jokes about people sometimes.
Here it is right here.
Y'all looking good on a government checkup in here. But yeah, Kevin, I said you was overrated, nigga.
Okay, here's the deal, Mike. Before you get on me, get your ticket sales up, pimp.
That's it. He beat the dude up for that.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he confronted him, and then the dude was like, "Fuck you, Mike Epps," and the dude took a swing at him.
He knows
and then Mike Epps beat him up. I don't know what really happened.
Do you know Mike Epps?
Nope. I don't know.
Is he a Laugh Factory guy, or is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I've seen his name up there maybe in the past.
Right.
Quite honestly, I don't know the dude.
Yeah.
I don't know him. But I don't know the dude in Atlanta either who got beat up. But it's just ridiculous. If you do coke and somebody hits you or somebody makes a joke about you, like, you can't hit them.
Right.
Like, that's ridiculous. Aren't you a comedian?
Yeah.
I mean,
make fun of people all the time.
Yeah, why? If it's funny, if someone makes fun of you and it's actually funny, you should be laughing, stupid.
Did you think that was funny though? Was that a funny video, dude?
It depends on if he does coke.
Yeah. I don't know the story behind it.
Yeah. If he does coke, it makes it funnier.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't do coke,
yeah.
If he's like me and he's never done coke in his life and he sees a video, like I've been called a cokehead before. Like, so why don't you get more coked up and do the UFC? Like, I always hear that. You're coked up when you're doing the UFC. Yeah. It's called having energy, you fucking pasty fuck.
Being a passionate human being, motherfucker, not a robot.
So maybe if he's never done coke and he saw that, he would go, "This is bullshit. I don't even do coke." Yeah. And then he'd get mad at the dude.
Yeah.
But if he does do coke, Gotta let that slide.
like you said, like why get mad about something someone's making fun of? If it is funny, just laugh about it. But that's why jokes happen about people, because they get like me, like Danny tries making fun of me, and I'll just go along with it.
Danny's the best.
Funny,
I'll go along with it. I'll laugh, like whatever, you know. So I don't get to the brunt end of it too much. But like Holdsworth, he like takes offense to it. You know, he gets pissed, and so Danny just eats him apart. You know, like if you continue to get mad about the joke, it's funny. We're gonna keep doing it, you know.
Castillo's funny.
We got to get him on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
he
without
is
a
hilarious.
Doubt,
We got to get the
doubt.
crew
Next
together.
time,
Actually,
yeah. Next time you guys come down this way with Danny, bring him by.
Hell
He's
yeah.
a funny dude. I liked hanging out with him in Austin.
Funny.
That was the only time I really hung out with you guys before.
Yeah.
Really got to sit down and talk to you guys was Austin. Besides doing the podcast, but Danny, I'd never before. Just meeting him at fights, you know.
Yeah, we definitely have a
Funny
good crew.
dude,
The whole team, man.
Fuck yeah,
awesome crew.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. We started our own TAM radio. It's our own little podcast deal, you know, kind of messing around.
Team Alpha Male Radio.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You should get Bruce Buffer to announce that shit.
We should actually. That's a great idea.
He would totally do that
Dude,
too.
he would for sure. He loves us. Man.
Did you see he announced Michael Bisping at his wedding?
Oh no, that's cool.
He announced his wedding.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but we started one like 2 years ago when I was an Ultimate Fighter. I'd break down each episode. You know, it was a pretty cool little thing we started. We had, it wasn't anything big, but we got some normal followers. And then Uriah shut it down because he wanted to start his own serious radio show. It was gonna be Uriah's Block Party, so he made us stop doing it. And then his radio show never happened. And so now 2 years later, we did our first one again after my fight, and it was the most disorganized crap. It was like JV of podcasts, you know.
Well, so I need to talk to Uriah Faber. You can't think like that.
Yeah,
that's the incorrect way of thinking. I hate to say that, but what you should do is if a guy does a podcast, then you do one too, and then both your podcasts feed off of each other and you promote each other.
Yeah, exactly.
There's plenty of room for other podcasts.
Yeah.
But there's room for 1,000 of them.
He just considered Team Alpha Male as his team, so he's like, we're using TAM Radio, we're using Team Alpha Male. You know? Yeah.
For him, it's only going to benefit his brand.
For sure.
Yeah,
and you guys are a part of Team Alpha Male. You pay Team Alpha Male. You represent it in the cage. You give a percentage of your purse to that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like being from Yale and not being able to say you're from Yale. You know?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're the Yale lawyers. No, you're not allowed to say that. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm in Yale and I'm a lawyer, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just seems like it would only benefit him to have you guys doing that.
For sure.
And it would put more attention on the team, too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we started it up again. We're going to try to make a run at it and see how it goes. I don't know. We got some funny guys on the team, so.
Uriah should do a serious one if he wants to do a serious one. But there's nothing wrong with you guys doing one with fucking Joe Benavidez showing his nipple rings.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know,
there is
it could be
something wrong with
ridiculous. No, it's not.
Dwayne is like.
He doesn't like the nipple rings.
I didn't grow up around wrestlers.
So wrestlers, we're all freaks.
Man.
Wrestlers are freaks, right? So he comes to our team, and we're a whole team of freaks, like, joking around, gay
grabbing
jokes.
cocks,
Yeah, exactly. Messing around. A little bit too close to each other than you should be. He's like, man, guys, stop this, knock this stuff off. He's like completely anti whatever we're doing, you know. It makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah, wrestlers will kiss you on the mouth just to freak you out.
Yeah.
They'll slip you the tongue just to freak you out.
We tried to get Gift to kiss Joseph on the way into the cage because Frank Mir's dad always kisses him before he goes in the cage. So we're like, come on, Gift.
On the mouth.
You gotta throw us a kiss on the mouth. We were going into the cage before we fight, so we got to make out a little bit. You know, Gift was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like he thought we were serious, you know.
Just awesome, man. He's coming up, right? He's gonna come for a couple of days.
It's a weird thing about wrestlers is that the attitude and the intensity that is developed in wrestling rooms it's not like anything else.
Yeah,
like the amount of hard work that you have to do to be a successful amateur wrestler is really is incredible. So the amount of stress that's involved with being a wrestler is also pretty nutty. And then the amount of one-upsmanship, because you're around a bunch of fucking savages, and every savage wants to be known as the sick fuck.
Yep.
You know, like there's like, I thought I was a sick fuck until I started training with Frank. And Frank shit in some guy's lunch pail. There's always something. And it's a lot of it is like pushing each other and feeding off of each other.
Oh, yeah, man. Cal State Fullerton, when I wrestled, the locker room antics were ridiculous. Let alone, dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy stuff. And everyone's one-upping each other, not only in the gym, but in the locker room as well, you know?
But there's always one dude who takes it too far.
Way too far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
Who would that be at the academy?
At our academy or when I was wrestling?
No, now.
I don't know. Maybe Danny.
Castillo?
Danny takes it too far, man.
He does. He makes people almost want to cry.
He's
good, man. He's good.
I've seen him and Justin Buckle seriously ruin someone's career, I think, man.
Oh, man.
We had this boxer that came into our gym, Ortega.
That's right.
Awesome boxer. Awesome. And he got so good at MMA so fast, was doing awesome double legs. Jiu-jitsu was catching on quick.
Wow.
But he was like a thug, though. He grew up on the streets. And everyone respected him when we got in the gym, and he's beating Danny up. Like, Danny's in the UFC, and Ortega's, getting the best of him in the gym, And then we go on this trip down to Southern California to go train, and we hang out with Ortega for like 5 days straight. And we find out who he is, and how, like, I don't know, he's just mentally weak kind of, And so they just started making fun of him, breaking him down, and and they broke him down so hard for 5 days straight that when we got back to the gym, like, everything fell apart for him. His dog died, got bit by a rattlesnake. He crashed and totaled his car, and then, like, just started losing fights. And ever since Danny found out how, like, mentally weak he was and how he could, like, take advantage of him, he started just kicking his butt in the gym.
Mentally broke the dude. That's
broke
crazy.
him down, dude. Mentally broke him down.
That is
I was like,
weird.
Danny, that's messed up, dude. You just ruined that guy. It's like, I know, I feel bad.
The mental game's so crazy.
bad?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. This kid was awesome, dude. Ortega was the man.
That's crazy.
He was looking good in the gym, and then just got broke down.
That is really bizarre. That's a fascinating psychological study.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that a dude had to suffer to get that data,
Mhm.
but it is quite interesting.
Like, Danny respected him so much when we were practicing. He was getting beat up by him, but then once he found out who he was, I mean, Ortega's awesome, but once he found out that he was just some other kid that was easily made fun of and took it to heart, then he just broke him and beat him up in the gym too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really weird,
Yeah.
man. But it's that kind of shit. Like, people would say that's cruel, that's horrible, but the mental game is just as important as the physical game.
Yeah.
If not more.
And
Yeah, if not
someone,
more.
you're kind of doing mental sparring when you're around a bunch of savages.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You really are. I mean, I used to remember snide comments that guys would say right before you would spar. Like, dudes would say weird shit to you. You're like, what is going on? What kind of negative, weird shit is it? And they're planting seeds of doubt in your head,
Yeah.
Man, that's what, we don't have any of that at the academy. I mean, the team here, man, it's really a special time. Like, the whole
Except
team's
that dude.
badass.
Except that Ortega fella. Ask him about it.
But I guess recently, like, since I've been there,
But
we
we saved his life though, man. Like, we've turned him into like so much of a better person. He's got his own gym. He's getting married. He's having a kid. Like, his gym's successful. Like, he's on the right path. Like, things happen the right way for him. Like, he's successful now,
Good.
Right.
And he's a great boxer still to this day. But I think, he was good, but I don't think he could have made it to an elite level to make a living off of fighting. So he kind of fast tracked the failure of it.
That's interesting. Yeah, or maybe he would have had to rise from the fire, figure it out and get his mental game the same area where his physical game was.
True.
Some guys can do that, You can't. Like,
you make gains in both areas for sure.
Yeah, but it's harder, it seems like, to make gains in the mental area.
Yeah, I think so.
The physical is obviously very difficult as well, but there's something about when a guy loses his confidence, very difficult to get that confidence back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's one thing, too, with all these guys here at the academy, or at Team Alpha Male. They're all super mentally tough because, they're winners in wrestling, and that just bred on through, and now they have that sickening work ethic with the proper technique down. Everyone's just helping each other out. It's a mastermind group of martial arts. We're involved in the current stage of the martial art evolution right now.
Without a doubt.
And wrestling's so tough that it makes fighting for me so much easier. Like, the struggles I had through wrestling and how hard it was on me, how hard it was on my body, and we compete for 6 to 9 months straight. Like, you're in the gym grinding for that long straight, and then you have this break. To whereas fighting, you get to peak yourself for each event, But wrestling, you're wrestling every week, and you're grinding all throughout a whole season, and then you have to get to the end of the year and stay at top form. So many people get hurt, and it affects the way that the NCAAs go down. I feel like the smarter coaches don't have their guys go as hard in the beginning of the season and then peak them for the end, which they should do, And I wish I would have known that more. Like, I know now that I'm a professional athlete, I wish I would have known how to peak myself for wrestling like I do for fighting.
Do you have a guy who works with you the way Duane does with striking, with your conditioning and monitoring your heart rate and?
I'm slowly getting into that. I've had to go back and forth of where I'm training for my strength conditioning. I found a new guy for this first camp, or the first time I've used him was for this camp for Barao, and I wanted to put some size on, and so I've been doing a lot of strengthening for when I was far out, and because I knew Barao was a big guy and I wanted to be able to use my muscle against his. But yeah, I still want to get more into that. I feel training outside the gym is really important to staying healthy instead of just grinding and beating yourself up every day with the martial arts end of it. You see GSP doing all this stuff to keep his body healthy and strong, and I feel like that will prolong my career if I can do that.
Yeah, strength training especially. It seems to protect a lot of guys from a certain amount of injuries, but then again, it causes a certain amount of injuries. there's a lot of guys get injured from strength and conditioning work, and then they're broken down by the time they get into the gym.
Just doing it wrong, sitting
Yeah.
sparring and doing drills.
Yeah, I need to find a coach that knows MMA as well, because I don't think like a lot of strength and conditioning coaches don't realize how hard you're working every day. I'll go into the gym and I have 2 hard practices, and I end my day with strength conditioning because I don't want to hinder my performance in the gym, so I want to make my strength conditioning last. And then he's trying to kill me in that workout too. So it's like, man, I'm doing 3 workouts that are ridiculously hard. Maybe on this day we should go lighter, or cycle it off my training schedule, know more about the sport. And this guy Ish I've been training with, it does a really good job of it. Almost goes too hard, but I've kind of had to help him peak me.
Yeah, and that's good about communication with a good coach too, making sure you're pushing him just enough, pulling him back if need be. That's one thing too here at Team Alpha Male. I have a coach's dream. These guys work hard. The only thing I need to do is pull them back. They have no problem going hard. And there's no babysitting in my job at all.
That's so fantastic. That's the biggest complaint you ever hear about trainers.
No
is having to
babysitting.
babysit a talented fighter that doesn't like to train. You always heard that about, I hate to bring up his name, Rampage. You always heard that about Rampage.
Yeah.
It was a great fight when Rampage was on. I mean, people talk a lot of shit about Rampage. I never talk shit about Rampage.
He's awesome.
Especially the Pride days. That dude earned his status for life. That slam of Ricardo Arona when he's locked up in that triangle.
That was
the way
sweet.
he knocked out Kevin Randleman.
That's right.
Dude, the Rampage from the Pride days, that guy, just for that, forget about knocking out Chuck Liddell, forget about his UFC fights, just from that. But, Rampage, it's a job and he gets paid a lot of money to do it, but I don't necessarily know how motivated he is at certain fights. And
he's hot and
Dolce
cold.
had a problem with it, and other guys have had a problem with
I've heard stories,
But he's so fucking talented. If you could get a guy like him and get a brain and the kind of
Brain,
motivation of a younger Rampage.
This is a perfect example right here. World-class athlete with the proper information, good training partners, and world champion. This is the cutting-edge martial art right here. Human being. There's nothing better than this human being right now as far as the martial arts ever. It's crazy. It is. But don't tell him that, right?
Well, it's too late. You just did.
Sorry.
And getting better.
Yeah, you're getting better for sure. Yeah, it's just prime yet.
Adding new things.
It's been awesome for me to live through these guys. It's crazy. It's
the way you spun out of his turning side kick too. Every time he threw that turning side kick, you used his body on the turn. You were with him the entire way.
Dancing.
It's like you were just a half a step ahead of his movement all the way around the curve. It's amazing.
I know. I seriously had so much fun in there. It's a nerve-wracking thing you're doing, right? You're getting into a cage to fight pound for pound the best guy in the world. Let alone any guy getting in the cage with. You're nervous, obviously, just to perform. But I had so much fun that I soaked it all up and just kind of, I don't know, the fight was in slow motion for me. I felt like the fight was almost an hour long, and I could have let it go. I feel like I would have gone, even though obviously I wanted that belt around my waist and wanted to be done as soon as possible. I feel like it could have gone so much longer just because I was. Obviously, I was in the zone to where it's professional athletes would pay so much money to get. Obviously, it's just it felt amazing. And every time he threw a spin kick, I just saw it. And he's got a fast one, but I would just see it. I actually could.
There it is, right here. Look, you can see it right here.
And see, I actually could have taken his back a couple times when he threw those spin kicks, and for some reason, I just kept striking. It's just, I don't know. I'm almost.
You're natural.
Yeah, that's the article that I was bringing up. It's on Fightland, which is a Vice
those guys
website.
are awesome.
Yeah, and the dude's name is Jack Slack, and it says how T.J. Dillashaw killed the king.
I did see this.
Yeah. It's a great article. It's really good as far as the technical aspects of striking. Broke it down very well in a way that it's really difficult to break down and very difficult to do so, especially if you're trying to do it. Doing commentary because there's a lot of aspects of movement that he's taking into account about loading up and about firing 1-2 shots at a time, being predictable, and how other guys have kind of exposed it. He showed his fight with Eddie Wineland, which Wineland made him move a lot when he feinted and whiff it at bare air. And also with Brad Pickett a little bit. He showed some of that as well.
With his brawling. Yeah, so this actually came out before my fight. Obviously, the new stuff with me up there is new.
No, this came out after your fight. There's the images. Oh, this is how you killed the king.
Yeah. There was an article just like this. I think it might have been from the same person.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
That broke down exactly how to beat Burrell. It was before my fight. And he was going over things that how obviously Burrell's an awesome champion, but these are little holes that you can maybe figure out on him. And it came out before my fight, and Buckles had me watching it in my room the week of my fight. And it was funny because the guy whoever did it was really good because he realized we're already drilling all the stuff he was talking about. Like it went hand in hand with what me and Duane were already practicing, and yeah.
Yeah, that's another article called "Killing the King."
Yes, yep.
You know, and it's amazing because this guy gave you some advice, some great advice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff.
Yeah, and it does show the Killing the King one is equally interesting and equally well informed. He's excellent, very, very good writer. But that's another example of what I was talking about, this new breed of writer and fan that's coming along. These people that have been involved. Don't show him losing, you fuck, dickhead. What the fuck are you doing?
He's got to shrink. He's got to shrink my head a little bit, dude. I got to fit through the door when I walk out.
Just him. If there's the wrong shit to show, he'll show it.
Private lesson.
I was just scrolling it.
Yeah, and you paused on it for a long time.
No,
How
I
weird.
was looking to see what happened. It looked like you injured your leg.
We can show you if you want. Well,
the Vice Fightland was by far my favorite interviews I did leading up to the fight. Yeah. Like I did a big PR tour and I went and talked with them, and then they were there like the day before my fight or 2 days before my fight. I think those are my favorite interviews to do. They were cool dudes.
Yeah, the Vice guys are, well, Shane Smith is a friend of ours, and he's the founder of the whole thing, and it all trickles down from him. He's an interesting cat. Very, very nice guy, too.
He's been on the podcast a few times, right?
Yeah, and he's
awesome.
a huge, huge fan of the UFC, and just a guy who's just experienced almost too much. You know, he's almost been around too many different places, been too many different parts of the world. He's like, he gets overwhelmed sometimes. Just talk to him. He starts talking about the nuclear conflict between Pakistan and India and
just
global warming and fucking
sounds like
Manhattan's going underwater and
oh wow.
I mean, he's just traveling all over the world to fucked up. So we're in Chernobyl shooting nuclear wolves with rifles. Like,
so all his talk is negative for the most part, huh?
Well, not necessarily. He's a really
yeah.
friendly, sweet guy, but I think maybe he sees a little too much.
I gotcha. Yeah,
you know?
You're exposed. Yeah, you're gonna be a product of your environment, right?
Just like a fighter's not supposed to spar 3 times a day every day.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
you're probably not supposed to see crazy.
Good thing he
shit.
came into our life and changed that up, because that's what we used to do.
Did you really change that?
Well,
up?
not 3 times a day. We trained we'd spar 3 times a week, I think. Sometimes, not always, but before he got there, we did a lot more sparring. You know, which looking back on, I don't think is the healthiest thing, but it definitely got me a whole lot faster, really quick in my gym. You know, because I had to, or else I wasn't going to make it.
When you came in, they were sparring 3 times a week. How did you change that program?
I just asked for the guys to spar hard once a week and still controlled sparring though. With that, I give them 4 rules. I ask them to follow 4 rules: show up on time, get better, get tired, take care of your partner. They do those 4 things and we're good. In all drills, especially in sparring as well. So you just got to make sure that you take care of the guy, because he's going to be there to help you the next day and so on, which we understand that sportsmanship.
And decelerating on shots when you can.
Yeah, and decelerating on shots when you can. Yeah, definitely not knocking each other out. If you got him hurt, then relax a little bit, let him off the pellet, don't finish him. If it's a body shot, just touch the head a little bit. If it's a headshot and you rocked him, now you're just going to touch the body. Or what I ask my guys to do also is if they hurt the guy, now if I hurt you, now I'm on defense. Now you got to fight out of it, and I'm just working on defense and things like that. Just make sure he's not keep getting punch.
That's smart. Keep working, but work on something different. Yeah,
you got to switch it. If I rock you, I'm on defense now. You got to fight out of it, because that's what's going to happen. That's the likely scenario. So I try to take a whole bunch of typical scenarios. Typical scenarios that happen in the fights and pull them into the gym. That's it. And just watch it slow down. I'll set a goal and create a handicap. Like that would be the handicap. The handicap would be I can't throw back. The goal is for you to fire back out of being, you being rocked. Or we're going to counter right hands today, and the goal of the drill is for you to counter my right hand. The goal is not for me to punch you in the face, but get it close enough to the realistic aspect that he has to properly react and come back with something. So you're just slowing things down, which is the same case for jiu-jitsu. Look how slow jiu-jitsu is, right? Which gives you more time to react. Plus, you're not getting punched in the face, so you're not freaking out. Well, if I can take away that fear of not freaking out, getting punched in the face, then I can focus on the proper techniques and what needs to happen.
So you make it a part of muscle memory 100%. So that if you're in a scenario where things are getting wild, your body's automatically going to move that way in the first place.
Yep, I want to have that muscle memory, that subconscious protection and reaction.
One of the things I found interesting about your system is you've also taken into account people that are scared to get hit.
Yep.
And you've sort of developed this way to slowly build up their confidence.
Yep, correct.
And how do you apply that?
By, okay, we're going to spar today, and we're going to go 50%, just nice and light, or at a pace where you're not going to be scared. If I'm getting scared, like, hey, man, can you slow it down a little bit? Or I need to make sure I'm there to tell him to slow it down, because I don't see the proper reactions out of this guy. I see he's still freaking out, so you need to slow it down. I'm going 50%. Okay, if that's your 50%, motherfucker, then go 10%. You got to slow it down a little bit, make sure I'm watching the guy. Things like that. But then also just setting the goals to, like, maybe put the guy who's back against the wall, and this guy just throwing straight shots. And again, the goal of the drill is for him to defend the straight shots, not for me to punch him in the face. But even though you know it's coming, you could relax and don't talk as fast as me and
Yeah.
defend the punches.
Ernesto Hoost was talking recently
Mr.
about
Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Love that dude.
One of the greatest kickboxers of all time.
Yep,
Beautiful
him
to
and Rob
watch.
Kamen.
He was
Deckers.
talking recently about training and about how some gyms, they knock each other out in the
Yeah.
gym. And he's like, that's ridiculous. That
Yes.
should never happen. He's like, you don't need to do that to get
No,
save it for the fight. And, he's one of the greatest kickboxers ever. But he's like, you're wasting yourself in the gym. Because there's certain gyms, like kickboxing gyms, like Mike's gym.
Mike's
has
gym, I
a
heard about this, yeah.
reputation for
Yep.
just wars. They go to war. Melvin Manhoof and Badr Hari throwing fucking rocks at each
suck
other.
that.
I learned so much from this place, King's MMA, Rafael Cordera's gym.
Yeah.
But man, I went down there and I think I've never been scared to get into there for the second time. You go in there, it's full out war. Like
Really?
you're going as hard as you possibly can, like seeing people get dropped and stuff. And you have to be on your A game. And the next time I went in there for sparring, I was nervous getting in there, because I was going with bigger dudes too. I mean, they let you spar with whoever. And there was a guy throwing knees at my head, and
Oh my God.
it was insanity. And I actually got to spar with Rafael Cordera, and he dropped me like twice to the stomach with his push kick, man. He's got like seriously the best push kick I've ever felt.
He's good.
He's a great Muay Thai guy.
He's a Muay
Like
Thai
dropped me,
master.
like I'm on my stomach, like like this was like my first fight in the UFC, and he just tooled me up.
See, the sport needs more masters of the martial arts like that, like Rafael Cordera.
Yeah,
People who are legitimately
absolutely.
a master in their art. That's awesome.
I just don't know if I agree with that shoot the box way of training.
Crazy.
No, I don't like that either.
It seems like it's not the best way anymore. It works with some guys. Some guys it works for, but I think that there's certainly something to be said for his results. I mean, you look at the guys that he trained: Anderson Silva,
They're all
fucking
killers,
Vanderlei Silva, Shogun, Ninja. I mean, just madmen.
And I went in there and kind of fit in perfectly because I was just going super aggressive as well and went really hard, which I'm glad I learned to not do so much anymore. But it was funny because Babalu's in there. Instead of using hand wraps, he's just got his hands duct taped, just hard as a rock, duct taped underneath there. He's got his shin guards duct taped on. He's just a scary dude. And he loved, after I got done with practice and Rafael was talking to everyone, he had to point out how much he loved my sparring because how hard I went. When it should have been the opposite. It should have been like, you need to control it a little bit. You kind of beat up on this guy, and but instead he was like, I love it. You need to come back here more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, save those brain cells for the gym.
Oh yeah. He's an animal.
He's an animal.
I asked my guys to tell him, let's save the brain cells for the fight itself and stay smart, training and sparring.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, the different approaches. Some guys just fucking stomp the pedal to the metal, and when the wheels fly off the car, all right, I guess we're stopping here.
Yeah, it's Vanderlei, Vanderlei.
But he's not. I mean, this Vanderlei thing is crazy that's going on right now.
Oh, yeah, I heard he for a random drug test, and he bounced.
They tried to get him with a random drug test, and he said, I'm fucking out of here. And
ran out of his house, I heard, huh?
I don't know
I
what happened.
think it was the gym.
Oh,
I
is
think
it
it was
the
the
gym?
But he was like, where's your paperwork? Who are you? I got to go.
I think Chael's the one that said he ran, right? Who knows if he actually did run?
Most likely.
Stories
he didn't
always
really
flipped
run.
around.
Yeah.
Huh?
Who's chasing Vanderlei?
Yeah, not
Imagine
me.
chasing Vanderlei.
Fuck
What would
no.
you do if you caught him?
Yeah.
Shit.
Tell him good job.
Fucking. Hey, you run quick. Don't kill me.
Yeah, really, yeah.
What's fucking Nevada State Athletic Commission piss collector guy?
I don't even know if
man.
he can run, probably.
Yeah, I mean that is the last guy you want to chase.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so
man.
he said he has some. He made a video. Said he's got some excuse for why he didn't. you know.
Man.
But he's got to work it out with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, whatever
Just,
it is.
they took testosterone off, right? No one could be on test anymore.
No one is. Well, he was never on it. He didn't have an exemption, so he wasn't on it officially. Don't you look at me like that, Duane Ludwig.
I'm just stretching, man. I got this thing on my back. Okay, what's that, Mr. Rogan?
I think he's probably had a vitamin or two in his day.
He's healthy.
Yeah, I think
he works out. He must work out.
Supplements are involved
right.
in some of his primary development, especially early in the day. You look at the Pride fights; he was a motherfucker,
man,
dude.
Why Pride was so special?
Oh god,
man, I want to.
Crazy.
I gotta watch some more of those fights. I gotta watch more Pride fights.
We have these Pride gloves, and
dope.
I wanted to ask you about these because I asked Brendan Schaub about them the other day. Do you think that there's a way to make a glove that has less finger pokes?
Mm-hmm.
And is it a Pride glove? Because the Pride glove has a little bit of a curve to the hand.
I think that's the answer because a Booster, they made a pair of gloves that you can open your hand all the way. And I thought that was perfect. So you can't open your hand all the way, then you're going to be less finger pokes.
It's all like
Boom.
this.
Yeah, it's just like a little cup, like a little mitten. I mean, your fingers are still exposed, But you just can't open your hand all the way. It was sewn on the side, so you just couldn't do it. Like there was a little hinge there.
I think that would actually be better for grappling.
And you could still
for
punch
the
and
most
grab
part,
and
you
everything.
kind of grapple with that monkey grip anyways. You don't
except wrist control.
Yeah.
Except when a guy like Verdum uses a lot of wrist control with his triangles.
Well, I mean, you use your thumb. I mean, the thumb will be fine. You can use the thumb the exact same way, but if your hands are curled, I mean, you're going to grab the wrist the same way. Your hand's still going to be curled. You know, you're going to be able to grab it like that.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, do you really use individual finger manipulation?
Right.
You know?
You never do this.
Yeah.
You never interlock your fingers.
Yeah.
That's something that
tie clinch.
Yeah. And that's true, right? That is true. Yeah. Vanderlei used to clinch his fingers together.
Man,
but do you think the correct technique tie-wise is like this anyway?
I like palm over palm, yeah. But if you want to do this, you can. But I don't know. I just think it's just a stronger grip.
Yeah, I think it's a stronger grip as well.
Also,
Like I've seen guys get away with weird grips in takedowns, but when you lock a guy's waist, the gable grip just feels so right.
Nice,
tight.
It just feels like come here, world champion. Let me just snuggle you, sucker. Oh, you just love this little guy.
You've got so much power in that position. It's such a good position. But if they could have something where the fingertips are covered, where you can't poke the eyes.
Well, they weren't covered in the gloves I've seen. Maybe you have to cover them. I'm not sure, but they were just pretty much just like this, but just had a hinge on the sides, so we can open it all the way. Boom,
do you think that you could have it so that the fingertips are somewhere or another covered with like a softer piece of leather?
Just like maybe nylon, this
neoprene,
something along those lines. Just something that keeps.
They have to be custom fit gloves to be perfect. Then I guess each fighter would have to get custom fit gloves.
How hard would that be? You got a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
If you have a mouthpiece, why can't you have custom fit gloves?
The day of the fight. They'd have to be measured to the day of the fight for the
maybe
weight cuts and such like that.
Yeah, because some fingers are different lengths, but
and just tight rubber.
It just seems to me like this. At least we should be exploring other options. How many fighters have to get poked in the eye?
I think if they can open the hands all the way,
curve.
Yeah, boom. I think that would be it.
Yeah, I think so too. Like the John Jones move.
Try to poke me in the eye.
Like it's hard, right?
Yeah.
John Jones does that a lot, and he's always criticized for
that.
it. But look, he's got the greatest physical advantage I've ever seen inside the octagon, and he's the smartest ever at using it. I mean, he's the best at keeping guys at the end, but damn, there's a lot of eye pokes involved in his fight.
Definitely with him for sure.
And he could get away with the same strategy and same style if the fingertips were covered, and it would be fine. If there was a way to touch foreheads, he'd still be able to throw those elbows and punches. I mean, he's not trying to poke dudes in the eyes.
That would change things on grabbing the wrist and hands, wouldn't it, from the distance?
Well, it also would make S grips. You would actually have more friction. You know, if you had an S grip,
if you didn't break that.
Yeah, you'd have. If you had like some sort of a suede or something like that, like something with a little bit of traction to it. Once you lock that up, you'd actually have
texture.
As long as your fingers. The difference would be you wouldn't get as much hand because you would have like a little meat in between, so it wouldn't be able to fully.
Which is like a wrap anyway.
Yeah,
right? It's always a little bit tricky to grab with the wraps. Or
yeah. Anything that makes your hands fatter. But have you tried those Bellator gloves?
No.
Bellator has an Everlast. That's like curved.
Well, there you go, yeah.
And it also has more padding over the metacarpal to offer more support on impacts and to think that it'll protect.
They should start keeping stats on broken hands and eye pokes and see who has more, obviously, in either organization.
Well, Bellator had, like, the first day they used it, they had an eye poke. So the eye pokes are still going to be there. But nobody's broken their hand. So they had like a gang of people break their hands before, but with these new gloves, I don't believe they've had a hand break.
How long have they had them for?
They've had them for a while.
Wow.
Like I think there was like 11 fights, and out of those 11 fights, no one had a hand break, and that was like the first time they'd ever had that.
Wow.
I should pay attention to that and give a better, accurate assessment of it. But I love that they're doing something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are our moneymakers. Keep them safe.
Yeah.
Well,
punch correctly,
it's also there should be a lot of consideration taken to this stuff. And when you see this the same thing happen over and over, I mean, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. When you have these people that are getting poked in the eyes over and over and over again, it's like, this isn't the only way we can do this, guys. There's other fucking ways. All right. If you guys
goggles.
How about you see guys train to get arm bars when they have boxing gloves on, giant fucking 16-ounce gloves, and they'll take arm bars. Or they'll try to do rear naked chokes, to do like a half-ass rear naked choke.
Oh, yeah.
You can grapple. You can grapple and still not poke guys.
I'll be sparring Uriah, and I'll throw like a jab or something, and he'll catch my glove in between it. You know, catch it and stop me, and then hit me. Like
first guy I ever saw do it, I think was was Josh Thompson. He's a clever veteran.
Yeah.
He choked someone and grabbed the inside of his own glove. And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to grab your own glove.
You're allowed to hold on your glove? I didn't
Yes.
even know that.
Yeah, you can't hold another dude's glove, but you could choke the fuck out of a guy with your glove.
Nice.
Like hook underneath it. They might have changed that. I don't believe they have, though.
Think how much harder it would be to fight your hand off. Like, say I did the Gable grip, you'd be able to fight my
can.
hand off a lot easier than if I was hidden all the way back
Yeah,
here.
if you were tucked deep in that wrap underneath, with you're holding onto a leather cord.
Yep.
You know?
After I watched my fight, in the first round, I could have went for the Japanese necktie.
Oh, you think so?
I could have went for it. He came. I went on top for some ground and pound and was rushing it, and he came into my half guard. I could have possibly went for the Japanese necktie.
Yeah, maybe that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
If you,
especially because the
video.
Yeah. Well, and then also they offered me an extra bonus if I were to finish my next fight with the Japanese necktie. And so I told Aubrey,
that's awesome.
I told Aubrey, I was like, all right, man, I'm getting Mizugaki with that. You know, obviously my fight changed, but I could have gone for it, man. It was
That
would
have been hilarious.
because I love the darts anyways, and I saw that there as well. I could have gone for it, but obviously
For folks who have no idea what we're talking about, there's a technique called the darce. It's a very common choke that when a guy has an underhook on you, his arm is essentially wrapped around your body, and you can get your arm underneath his arm. Your forearm goes underneath his armpit, and it slides up past his neck. Then what you do is you put your other arm over the back of his head, and you clasp a hold of your bicep. It's very difficult to put all those things together because most guys recognize when the arm is underneath the armpit that you're in danger. So someone developed a technique called the Japanese necktie, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to clasp your hands together over the back of the head and never cinch it up on your bicep, but still it actually becomes an even more effective technique because you trap the head in the center of your chest, and it's a nasty neck crank.
Yeah.
And TJ and Danny Castillo and I were all doing this in an On It video, and we were going over the technique. And so that's when On It came up with this idea of having you have a benefit.
Yeah, because I've already fallen in love with it. I've done it in the gym all the time now too. I've already because I go for that darce, and like you said, people try to defend it, and then you can still hold on and get that choke.
Such a great move.
It'll also give you a blow choke and hurts really bad.
It hurts bad. I tap immediately when I get locked up in that.
Danny's neck was so stiff after you guys rolled that
That's
day.
right,
too.
yeah.
He tried
He's
like
like,
manning out. He's like, all right, go hard on this. You know, you got him in like the omoplata, and then you turned him over and got him like in a little neck crank.
Yeah, you can
and he's
roll,
like trying
man.
to fight out of it. He's like, for like a good week, he's like, dude, my neck.
Yeah,
it
he
hurts
was
so
hurting.
bad.
What did he finish this guy with in Brazil? He got the head and arm, or he had anaconda or darce?
I don't remember.
Huck. He just finished somebody in Brazil.
I think I had no.
Well, Danny's like he's just so not interested in being on the bottom. He's not interested. He's a dominant wrestler,
All these
dude.
guys.
All these smashers.
His top game
you
is
know?
so hard.
But I just wanted him to see it, and I was teaching it to Aubrey's friend Whitney. I was showing her the technique. She's really into jiu-jitsu, so I was showing her some rubber guard stuff, and I just wanted to show it on a strong guy like Danny. Like, watch, this shit works. Like, try to get out.
Yeah.
You lock a guy up in mission control.
Come on, try to get out.
and like I'm a middle-aged comedian. You know, if I
Yeah,
can
the
pull
hell
that
you
shit
are.
off.
Yeah, look at this guy. Yeah,
Don't talk shit to this
yeah, some
comedian.
middle-aged
But
Your
that's the
joke
reality.
sucks.
The reality is I'm a middle-aged comedian.
Yeah.
The reality is you're a fucking ninja.
Dude, I can't believe
Still
how
a middle-aged
flexible you
comedian.
are for you're pretty stout, but your legs are so flexible.
Yeah, well, I've stretched my whole life.
We're martial
Yeah.
And
artists.
I make sure that I stretch.
Like I can't do that rubber. I can't do the rubber. I mean, I could try to, but to the extent you do rubber guard, I can't do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I could do full lotus. I can
Yeah,
do double
there's-
lotus. I can
Nice.
flatten my legs out like that, lie on my
Same.
stomach.
My shit fixed.
But I make it. I make it work. You know, when I lift, especially if I lift legs,
You
I
stretch out, yeah.
stretch out for 40 minutes, man.
Wow.
40 whole minutes
Afterwards?
after I train. I
Nice.
give especially with legs. You know, you can't fuck around with that because that was my bread and butter, was
Yeah.
my kicking ability. Like all throughout Taekwondo, of course, and then when I started kickboxing, this thing that separated me from a lot of other guys was the dexterity. Have you seen this fucking guy who's fighting in Glory now? That is Raymond Daniels. Have you seen this dude?
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. He hit a dude with a sidekick, jumping, turning sidekick in the
Yeah,
face.
boom.
And
Every
knocked
card.
a guy out in Glory.
That
One of
was
the
smooth.
wildest kick
was
combinations in a kickboxing match I've ever seen. He dropped the dude with the right hand. The guy went down, and he hit this jumping sidekick, spinning sidekick in the air right in the dude's face.
Total Taekwondo
Pull
movement.
pull
I wanna
that
see
pull that
that.
up.
I
wanna see that.
Raymond Daniels Glory KO.
When
It's like
did
one of
you
the greatest kick KOs ever.
When did you start training in martial arts?
When I was 14, I took karate. Well, I took kung fu when I was really young, but I got serious when I was 14. I took karate, and then I went to this Taekwondo school from 15 on, and that was J. Kim Taekwondo Institute in Boston. From then on, I was obsessed.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
from 15 to like 22.
Man, I want to see him wheel kick someone. That thing is so, I was holding
Dude,
that
right?
pad.
That's right. The pads. That's right.
Yeah,
you gotta get some more videos going.
Yeah.
Well, I would do some with you, man. Let's
Nice,
do
hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. There's here it is. Watch this dude.
Yep.
This shit is ridiculous. This guy's a bad motherfucker, and he's a perfect example. Why isn't it working? Here it goes. Watch this.
It's going all right.
Oh,
look at that! Are you
so
fucking
fast.
kidding me?
Yep.
Watch that shit again. I mean, that is incredible.
Oh, this Oscar.
That is the wildest Taekwondo shit I've ever seen.
Oof.
Man, do they show that in
That was
slow
sweet.
motion after this?
Yeah, but look how good that is,
That was
man.
perfect.
That dude is wicked. Give
Oscar
me one
Martinez.
more of those. Show that again one more time.
Oh,
God damn, that dude's good. But it's like those type of techniques we're just starting to see now in kickboxing and MMA. Look at this. Touch, bang. Jumping, spinning side kick to the mug. I mean, and
Hey,
the
bang.
dude just
That's a
goes
bang on the shorts.
right on the dick. Bam! Look at that.
Upskirt.
That's
The
fucking,
referee was on that. That's Oscar Martinez. He's a really good Muay Thai instructor in Colorado. Just throwing it in
Wow,
there.
that kid
ADV's
was
kicking
amazing.
in.
Well, this fight was in Colorado.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
this was in Denver.
Wow.
I mean, the guy's incredible.
Yep.
But like, you're
No,
starting
smooth.
to see those techniques, and those techniques have always existed in Taekwondo tournaments. But when you factor in leg kicks, when you
Yeah.
factor in takedowns, it's very rare that you see them. But you're starting to see those things emerge now because once you master all those other things, then you have this one thing in your arsenal that the other guy doesn't have.
And once your takedown defense is good enough, you can throw that stuff. You know?
Yes.
Once you're comfortable with being taken down, you can throw that stuff. You know.
And when you're comfortable enough with your striking, that you get that extra looseness, just
Yep.
that extra gap. And there's some guys that just have wicked spinning techniques. And if you have those techniques, man, did you see Hani Jason land that spinning
No.
elbow? Couple times landed that spinning elbow in his fight this
Yeah.
past weekend. Sweet timing. When just it's just another
That's a tricky
added
thing
element.
to train too with the elbows. Obviously, we do them on the pads and such, but you got to watch it and spar and just do little drills and everything like ground and pound drills to work the elbows. But I'm curious to see what spinning elbow he threw and how he trained.
It was
the bag.
it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. He slipped it in inside of a guy's jab. Like he slipped the
Okay, I see
jab,
that.
and went right
Spin
into
it.
it. And
Okay.
bam! I mean, it was really nice timing.
Okay, I
But
see
you're
that.
seeing more of that. You're
Yep.
seeing more spinning back fists. you're
Left
seeing more
elbow?
wheel kicks.
It was right,
It
I
was a
think.
right elbow, I think. I believe. I might have to see it again.
He
But
slipped the outside.
Oh, outside the jab.
yeah,
He slipped
I'm pretty
outside
sure he
the
slipped to
back
the
foot.
left and landed the right
Okay.
elbow.
Okay.
Fake, like,
But-
fake this, you know.
Yeah, slipped to his right, landed the right elbow.
So things like that, we just bounce like combinations and things off each other, man. Like
Yeah.
the game is just like we take off on some combinations.
You should watch that. There's a couple of moments in that fight, especially in the first round when he landed that elbow. I was like, that was one of the nicest executed spinning
didn't see
elbows
that.
I've ever seen.
I was
Wheel
too-
kicks, seen a lot of those.
I was too busy doing a Dwayne Bang seminar. We didn't get to watch the fights. We were doing a seminar.
Where were you guys?
That was good.
The Team Off Mill Gym at Ultimate Fitness.
Oh, it must have been a mob show.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was good. We had a good turnout for sure.
The
And we
champ
did-
is here.
That's fun.
Yeah,
he
we
came
did.
in. It was cool, man.
We did belt rankings and stuff too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Does anybody
Yes,
have a
sir.
black belt in your system?
I have one black belt other than me. I guess I give myself my own black belt, but it's Wally McDonald in Rochester, New York. He's a partner with Chris Herzog, who's one of the main guys in 10th Planet.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yep.
So there's only one black
One other
belt.
black
in
belt
Bang
other than
Muay
me,
Thai?
yeah, and then one current brown belt, which is TJ Dillashaw. now.
Damn, TJ Dillashaw's the only brown belt?
Yes, sir. Just got it. Yeah, was it 2 days ago?
Yeah.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, I
dude.
think it's important to set the goal ranking and the structure and everything with the curriculum, everything from the system. It's it gives something, it's a steady progression for people to follow through on things and be committed to goals as humans are, right? We're just committed to goals, goal oriented.
Yeah, I had
So-
a conversation with that about a dad who was he was like thinking that belts were bullshit. His kid was taking martial arts, and he's like, belts are kind of nonsense though, right? Like if a guy can beat your ass, he can beat your ass. I'm like, yeah, but no, because it's really good for like you get when I got my blue belt, I remember I was on a TV show, but I was happier about
Hell yeah.
getting my blue belt than like almost anything else. I was like, man, I'm not a white belt anymore. Woo,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm learning jujitsu. I
Hell
remember
yeah.
that, and that as a grown man was a big deal to
Yeah.
me. But as a kid, that's giant.
It's awesome.
And to show that a kid can progress and they learn, they get new belts, and
Sense of
they feel
accomplishment or something.
it's
you know?
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Boss just gave me my black belt a couple months ago, man. I was happy. I'm still happy thinking about that, man. That was just awesome to get it from Boss Rutan.
Wow,
That was
black
awesome
belt
for
from
me.
Boss Root.
Oh, yeah.
That's giant.
It was
man.
giant for me, for sure, man. I'm such a fan of the sport and a fan of him and just love martial arts and came up through the traditional martial arts honor and respect. I've been doing Kyokushin karate since I was 8 and then Thai boxing when I was 15. So martial arts is me, man. That's why I'm here to teach and be a martial artist. Boss.
I love that Boss Rutan is really honest about his assessment about fights too.
He keeps it real. I love
with
Boss.
the John Jones eye poke thing. He was really honest about that, and the way he said it was really fascinating because he goes, "Look, he's very relaxed in that cage. He's making things up. He's doing what he wants to do. He's not in a panic. It's like if he's doing it, he's poking in the eye. It's either intentional or what he's doing is causing it. And he's aware he's causing it. And he's not changing it. And he's like, I think the guy's a great fighter, but this is what I believe. I'm like, wow. I mean, that's what he always does. He keeps it as real as real gets.
Yeah, he's an honest human being.
Agree with him or disagree with him, you will get 100% what Boss Rutan thinks when Boss Rutan is talking about.
And that's one reason why we had a strong connection too when we were training, because I believed he knew what he was doing, and when he would ask me to do a technique or a combination, it was from his heart, and it was something that he chose to tell me because it fit my style. So we had a great combination, a great relation. And that's why I feel TJ and I, we have a great, man, it's freaking awesome, man. I feel like the bond Boss and I have, we have that as well. With TJ
he's not going to bullshit me,
I keep
absolutely.
It pretty real.
Did you learn anything from Boss about, Boss is pretty open about the fact that he kind of redlined his body. He fucking,
he went hard. Yeah, he goes hard for sure.
This guy too, man. I mean, that's why. He did too much. He shouldn't have been a 55-pounder. He was going too hard all the time. He was too OCD about training. Yeah. Being OCD for a coach is all right. You're gonna make all your athletes better. Being OCD as an athlete, you got to be careful. You have to have people around you to make you slow down. Like Uriah has done a great job with me. When I got in the gym, I wouldn't stop. I'd be in there. I lived in the gym. That's all I did. He's like, hey man, get an escape. Get out of here. Go do something. Have some fun. Don't be so in here always killing yourself because it's going to hinder you. It's going to hinder your body and your performance.
How valuable is having a guy like Uriah as a friend and a mentor? And how weird does that put you in a position because you guys are in the same weight class now and he wants to be a world champion?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, dude. He's a good dude. I mean, you saw after he lost to Henry Burrell that quick stoppage that he was willing to give my name a shout out while one of the worst things that could happen to you, and just shows his great character. And that's tough for me because I've looked up to the guy, I've copied him, I've done a lot of stuff in my career because of him, and it's gonna be tough if that situation ever comes about. I mean, I don't want to have to fight the guy, he's brought me up in the sport, but
it seems like a very honest and open approach that you're taking, though. It's like there's no ego involved there, and the way you're looking at it is very healthy.
Yeah,
it's you're being very honest about him being a mentor, you even copying a lot of his attributes, his positive attributes.
Yeah,
it's a tough situation.
But for sure, man. I mean, like I said, I looked up to him, and I owe a lot to him for where I'm at.
I'm talking to you guys right now because of Uriah Faber.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here because of him. He texted me that one night and said, "Can you come be our trainer?"
Yeah.
So, I owe a lot to that guy as well.
That is the weirdest thing when it comes to fighters where they train together and then they have to fight together. Even if it's on a short period of time. Like, I was talking to Brendan Schaub the other night. He trained with Arlovsky quite a bit.
Oh, that's right.
And now he's fighting him in less than 2 weeks in Vancouver.
I mean, that's a little bit different situation even to that because, sure, he trained with him a little bit here. I've done every day of practice underneath Uriah. I've been for 4 years now. I've been at Uriah's gym nonstop. I haven't gone anywhere else to train for an extended period of time. I've been there, and it's gonna be tough. We're good friends. We're like family. Everyone in that gym, we've created a little family to where you got that guy's back. Uriah's fighting July 5th. I would love to go off and take a huge break and relax a little bit, but I got to come back and help Uriah out. I got to get in the gym, help run some practices, and give him some looks and stuff because I care if he wins or not. And so since we all care about each other that much, that we're gonna hold each other accountable for being in practice. I mean, you saw how crazy they went when I won the belt. They were front row going insane, and that made me tear up more than even me actually winning the belt. Is going back and watching Fight Pass and seeing those guys react to me winning.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a crazy situation that we could be put in, but they want the drama behind the fights. So, maybe if they're willing to shell out the cash, maybe me and Uriah will have a smile on our face while fighting. Hopefully. Wow,
that would be crazy. Yeah, you're the extreme opposite end of this, or the extreme end of the spectrum. There's the Arlovsky and Schaub guys who have respect for each other, but they weren't really good friends.
Yeah.
And there's you and Uriah, we're almost family.
Yeah.
And you're in that situation where you fight in the gym on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean,
if the UFC really wants us to watch this fight, just come to a practice. Just bring a camera crew in. And that's one thing about me and Uriah, too, is that we both got this ego thing, too, and we'll throw down. I mean, sometimes we have some sparring matches that look like brothers fighting. Just getting after it, man. Just a ball of craziness going everywhere, and it's fun. I mean, that's why we've gotten so much better is pushing each other that hard.
I got to go watch UFC fights every day, once a week anyway.
Yeah.
This must be a weird position for you to be in, to be the guy with the video game controller and to see these guys adopting your techniques and getting better. we've talked about it on the commentary many times.
Appreciate
there was a jump. I mean, those guys were always murderers from the first time they were in the WEC. All those guys were murderers. Benavidez has always been a killer. Super slick. Got a lot of different weapons in his toolbox. But then a difference in his striking, a difference in Chad Mendes striking. I mean, all of them.
Even if you didn't watch the fights, if you just look at the stats alone, you could tell he's made a difference. You don't even have to watch the fights to see how much better we've gotten. Just see the punches landed or us finishing fights on our feet now, and that says it all there too.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to keep you guys together. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's definitely a special time in martial arts history.
It really is.
Yeah, 100%.
That has to be taken into consideration, Duane Ludwig. You can't just fucking fly off to Colorado.
Yeah. we had a practice the other day, and he's like, "All right, my last practice is Tuesday." Justin's like, "Oh, of next year, right?"
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't want him. No one wants him to go, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've created this serious magic there at the gym that we don't want him to go.
Yeah, that shit needs to be worked out. We'll talk later about that.
Yes,
that shit needs to be worked out.
We're going to talk about this later.
The other guys in the gym, Chad Mendes is about to fight Jose Aldo for a second fight. That's another really intense, really interesting fight between a guy in Mendes who was always a beast, but has clearly gotten better. Are you going to work with him for this camp?
It depends. I already finished my lease in my house because I was just already made a decision to leave June 12th because that's when we signed the lease is over. So in order for me to stay, I'd have to stay for 2 more months, and I got some things happening in Colorado right now with the business and my house out there. So I got to figure some things out if I can stay. I'm not looking to move twice. If we could stay in the house that I'm currently renting, then just extend the lease, then I would have stayed easily.
Make some phone calls, Duane
Ludwig.
Right? What kind of conversation are we having here? For the world title. Yeah, do you know how crazy it'd be if Chad, under your tutelage, wins a world title too?
I don't think he needs me, but I think his chances are better with me. I want to be there. There was it was just the date. The date was set before his title was announced, I think, for me to leave. I was actually, I'm not quite sure how much to say about this situation, but I didn't pick the date.
I understand.
But I'm trying to help him stay for sure. It's definitely good. He was the guy I thought was going to get the belt first, just because I seen him closer to the rankings than the other guys. But then obviously this guy has to go ahead and get badass and overnight.
Jump the line, son.
And then of course it was Benavidez and then Uriah and then TJ now Chad. So went in opposite rotation that I was thinking anyway. But his guy that I felt would get the title shot and get the title first. And I do believe that he can be all though.
Benavidez is gonna probably eventually get another shot. At
I hope so, man. That was my low as far as being out, here at Timofimo for a year and a half. That was the lowest thing for me, like that. So I passionately care about my guys, and to see him lose like that hurt my feelings for sure.
For folks who don't know, Benavidez got caught with a right hand early in the first round and got knocked out by a guy in Mighty Mouse Johnson, who's probably one of the at least top 3 guys pound for pound in the world. But, Benavidez, when he's at his best, is right there as well. That Tim Elliott fight was wild.
Yeah, he's bad. I thought he was going to win the fight, man. The title fight, I thought for sure he was going to win the belt.
For sure.
His mount is like a goddamn mountain on top of you. That mount is just
all these guys.
He locked on top of Elliott, and you were like, "Whoa, this is a crazy mount." There's levels of mount. There's some guys that like Damian Maia in his last fight. He's got that ridiculous mount. Damian Maia gets on top of you, and it's just thump. He just locks down on you, and you're like, you're not bucking that guy off of you. No. And Benavidez with that, he gets one arm anywhere near underneath your chin.
It's all these guys, right?
Then it's his legs too. Like he calls it the Joa Constrictor, obviously, right? But he traps both your arms or one of your arms. It just depends. If you have one hand trying to fight that choke, you're screwed. Yeah. And so he does such a good job of trapping it with his legs. He's got such good body control on that, and that's why I'll never get caught in a guillotine anymore, man.
Because of him.
Because of him and Faber, man. I mean, those guys are killers on the neck. So
I'm sure
I got the best choke defense ever.
I'm sure.
That's what makes too with the progression of all these guys, man. They're all it's just the whole iron sharpens iron. Of course, I'm getting a bunch of credit for it, and I'll take all of it, of course. But man, these guys, one guy gets better and just shows off to the next guy and the next guy. So it's
you said
crazy.
It best. You have a bunch of race cars. Yeah. They were already race cars. It wasn't 100%. Like you came around to guys that are just they've only done marathons and they've never thrown a punch in their life. You're getting like the elite of the elite, and you're training them.
Just tuned them up a little bit.
That fight with Tim Elliott was the first time I ever saw a guy tap with his feet.
Yeah.
Both of his arms were completely trapped.
Yeah.
It really was like a fucking crazy. Like a viper. like a snake, like an anaconda, like choking someone to death. Just got on top of him and squeezed the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah.
Wicked ground.
That was like one of the craziest fights I've watched.
Wild
the
fight.
energy that Elliot brought out on that was insane.
He's a gamer, huh? It was tricky to game plan for him. It was tricky for me to create what I'd asked Benavidez to do, the things I thought were going to be successful.
He's strong as shit, man. He's strong as shit, and his endurance is incredible. And he can take it, man. Did you see that fight with Bagutinov? He fought Ali Bagutinov, and they went to war for fucking 3 rounds. He took everything but the kitchen sink from Bagutinov. I mean, Bagutinov was teeing off on him. And Bagutinov was a better striker, was smoother and quicker, but Elliot never stopped coming after him. Never. He's a zombie. He's very physically strong too. Like the Gaudino fight, ragdolled Gaudino around. He's strong as fuck, man, for a little dude.
Is he fighting Demetrius now? Is he the one?
Bagutinov is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Bagutinov is fighting in less than 2 weeks in Vancouver. That's the main event. That's a good fight. Man. That's a good fight. I want to see if that guy can keep it up in the 4th and 5th.
Right, yeah.
You know, because Mighty Mouse, you better be in fucking shape. You better bring your lunch. That guy never stops moving.
Yeah, it's true. It's like all the Timofimo guys, man. They have endless energy.
Do you ever foresee a possible super fight, you and Mighty Mouse, one day?
I would love that.
Because can Mighty Mouse go up to 35?
I can make 25.
Can you really?
I can make 25.
Holy shit.
I'm a light 35-pounder. I mean,
Jesus
I've been
Christ,
forcing myself to get big. As big as I could possibly get to 155 pounds. Because I'm lean. I mean, during camp, if I'm just like not trying to get big, not doing the strength conditioning, I can get. I'll be like 148. You know.
Wow. What do you think Mighty Mouse walks around at?
I don't know how big he is. 35,
He
40?
probably at his biggest, he probably gets 20 pounds over, I bet.
At his biggest.
Yeah.
Is that normal for most guys?
Probably.
Is it a percentage of body weight more than it is?
Yeah, maybe a percentage of body weight too, because the bigger guys can lose more weight.
Yeah,
you know, it's easier for them to lose it. But it's also how lean you stay throughout the year. I mean, I stay really lean as possibly as I can, and so that's why I'm weighing as light as I can. You know, if I were to get put some fat on, sure, I can get up in the 60s, but that's useless weight. I got to lose that again to start camp.
If you got like Damon Wayans in the Great White Hope, remember when he got that big belly? Who's the heavyweight champion? Because he was going to fight a white dude. He didn't worry about it.
Okay, sucker.
He has to fight a white dude.
But that's what's cool too. These guys are close to weight, so when they're in the gym, the focus is to get better at the martial arts and not just to lose weight. You know, so it definitely makes a difference. Also,
that is a big goddamn deal, man. The weight cutting.
Yep.
It's a real dangerous part of our sport.
I think people cut way too much weight.
Yeah,
it affects your testosterone too.
Yes, it does. Right.
Yep.
And when you hear about guys cutting, 30 pounds, like the Gleison Tebows of the world, he's the most.
Yeah.
The most ridiculous. That guy weighs 155 at the weigh-in for like 5 seconds, and then when you see him the next day,
85,
185.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He's so big.
I don't even feel like I can move if I gain that much weight after weigh-ins. Like,
I don't know how he does it.
I mean, that's like.
I wonder if there's a difference to the composition of each person's body. Some people can get away with it, and some people can't.
He's got to take like 4 IV bags or something, dude.
I don't know. I don't know what he did, but I've heard of 4. I've heard of guys taking 4. Yeah, I've heard of guys taking blood out, weighing in, and putting the blood back in their body.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was back in the dark days.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Hotel room, fucking intravenous blood replenishing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that at all.
No
yeah,
way.
this
Thank
is
you.
Some darkness.
Yeah, no thank you.
Once you start using needles and replenishing fluids and like, ooh,
yeah,
what are we doing exactly?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is there a way though? Here's the question.
Yes, sir.
Here's the 2 gloves. Here's the difference between the Everglass glove.
nice.
Okay, yeah,
and
there you
the more padding on the top, and that padding apparently is helping people keep from breaking their hands on impacts.
Huh. But then are there less knockouts?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Why, when they did the K1 Max, the middleweight, they specifically pulled in 8-ounce gloves, 8-ounce Reyes, which is just padded with horsehair. They just move the hair out of the way, and it's just tape, gauze, and 2 pieces of leather.
There's no
There's way less padding in a Reyes glove than there is in the MMA gloves for sure.
But there's no padding on my shin, son.
I know. That's right. Yeah, that's true.
Son. Yeah, right. Elbows too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Elbows as well.
God damn. Especially like you've seen in Lion Fight more than you're seeing in Glory, because those guys are allowed to throw elbows.
Yeah.
Guys are getting cut up.
Yeah.
Man, I only landed like a good 5 or 6 elbows in that fight. My elbow hurts so bad still. It's like tender to touch it, you know?
Well,
it's
a lot of guys have to get shit.
It's like a bursa sack. Like, like it burns in there.
Oh, is it did you get it checked out at all?
No, not yet. I should probably get that checked out.
Yeah.
I haven't had any time to do anything since I've been home since the fight.
It's been a mad whirlwind.
It's been awesome, but it's been crazy. Just, obviously interview after interview, TV shows, radio shows. I mean, I'm loving it. I mean, obviously it's the attention you want because this is how you get paid more and this is what you've been working for. But it's been a whirlwind, man. It's been craziness. I'm more busy now than I was in camp.
Is there a way to have it so that guys fight at their actual weight? Is there a way?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And
no matter what, people are going to do something to get the advantage somehow.
The weight class would have to. Well, I guess the weight classes vary now between a couple of.
Or weighing in an hour before you fight, or not even weighing in like before you walk out to the octagon. Step you on the scale.
What would you do if someone was over?
We said that'd be the issue.
That's true.
That's why they have to be 24 hours to deal with all those issues out of the way.
That's true.
Yeah, but that would be interesting, man. If you could put it on the fighter. Like where the audience would know that when the guy got on the scale, it shows it to the whole crowed.
Yeah,
203 point. You're supposed to weigh 185.
Then he walks out.
203.2.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, that just couldn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they have a backup fighter.
Yeah,
even because Chael Sonnen did not make weight, and then another guy gets up.
Yeah, that'd be fucking
Mauricio Shogun Hua is on weight.
just sitting over there, put the drink down. Here we go.
Yeah, could you imagine?
And he would though. He would, right?
Imagine if they had two guys. You had a like when you do Broadway, you have someone who's a backup singer.
Yeah.
And what do they call them? An understudy? Yeah, an
Oh,
understudy.
sure.
Yeah. You guys don't know Broadway. So I guess that's what they do. They have the actor, and then there's an understudy for the actor. In case the actor takes sick, the understudy can always step in.
And if I was the understudy, I'd be putting Visine in that guy's water, like fucking with him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're sick. I'm in.
What does Visine do to your water?
Supposedly gives you the shits, like ridiculous, or makes you feel like flu symptoms.
Really?
Supposedly, yeah. You put Visine in someone's water, it'll mess you up.
Shouldn't have probably broadcast that on the internet.
Oh,
now
shit.
assholes all across the country like, I'm gonna make people sick. Give them
Visine sales go up.
And then spar with them and mentally break them. Danny Castillo was at the fucking CVS.
Oh, man, dude, he's gonna get
Danny's so funny, man. You guys hilarious.
Shaking up a big bag of Visine.
Yeah.
How much time do you have now before you'll go back into training again? And when do you think you'll have the first defense of your title?
I'm not sure. I gotta obviously go and talk to Dana with that and stuff too.
False. Says false.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. That was
internet's false.
He's got MythBusters, I guess, or something, huh?
It's just the internet.
Yeah.
Who's got Visine? Do you want to drink some?
There's a way, though. If you didn't use Visine, you could use something else.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, some nasty shit. You go, good, let dudes drop Visine in your shit now. You'd be like, nothing.
Iron
Well,
gut.
I'm fucking immune to that.
Not
shit.
breaking.
Too healthy.
I'm immune to that shit, son.
Yeah, I don't
You think
know.
it'll be Barao?
I doubt it. I mean, if I would have knocked him out in the first round and finished him then, I think I would have got an instant rematch with him. But I feel like because I dominated him for 5 rounds that they'll make him work his way back up. At least that's my thought. I don't know.
But isn't it about business
For sure.
at this point? And if you decided to have a rematch with him in Brazil, like that's what his coach is saying, if he's man enough, come down to Brazil.
Yeah.
Andre Pedernera said that, right?
Yeah.
You got to respect that he has to say that. Of course he's going to say that. Dwayne would say that too if it was your title and he took it from you. Come out to Sacramento, bitch.
Yeah.
This would be said.
Yeah.
So all that aside, from a business standpoint, if you can get out of Brazil alive,
Yeah.
I think that would be a good move, no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Vegas, better Vegas?
Yeah, I'd rather fight Vegas or somewhere like that.
You're the champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
I mean, Brazil's. I love Brazil. I went down there on vacation, loved it. Went down there and fought. It was all right. I feel like the fans. So I'm not saying that like the judges do it on purpose or anything, but I feel like the fans play a huge part in scoring cards down there.
Yeah, but look at you. There's been some bad decisions against Brazilians in Brazil. Like, okay, Phil Davis and Lyoto Machida.
Yeah.
I did not think that Phil Davis won that fight. I thought it was a very close fight, but I thought Lyoto Machida won
did
it.
I.
I thought if it was in Brazil, for sure Lyoto got the nod.
Yeah.
But when they gave it to Phil Davis, I was like, wow, that's interesting. I wonder if maybe they hear that they're biased and they're embarrassed by that, so they try to fight against it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but you're the champ, so Vegas it is.
Oh, damn.
I do know that the referees and judges should all have to train or be martial artists.
100%.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What do you think could be done to improve the scoring system? I know with your mad mind, you probably sat down and thought about that as well.
Just to bring in martial artists that understand the system, being educated on
But
that.
do you think that 10-9s are just too prevalent? Like guys get knocked down. Like the first round
that
of
should
your
take
fight.
into account.
was a fucking, for sure, a 10-8 round.
Yeah, 10-8.
How many guys put a 10-8, though?
None.
Did you even look at the cards?
Yeah, not one of them.
Not one. That's insane.
Dude, and another crazy thing is one of the judges gave the second round to Barao.
That's insane, too. I heard about that, too. But the knockdown, you fucked that guy's world up in that round. That's as close to getting stopped as you can get and not get stopped, and you didn't get a 10-8. Well, then the system's broken.
That should be a 10-8. Just like when Danny Castillo dropped Edson Barboza in December in Sacramento.
That wasn't a 10-8?
10-9 apparently. Well, Edson Barboza won a decision.
Yeah.
Right, but that's
if it would have been a
insane.
10-8, it would have been
draw.
a draw, yeah.
He beat the fuck out of Edson Barboza in that first round. I mean, rocked him with that right hand and pounded on him for the whole round. How's that not a 10-8?
Right, they should have.
Total domination.
TJ's first round should have been 10-8.
Yeah, no doubt. They need to do more 10-8s.
So that should have been a 10-8 for sure, though.
Yeah, I've had conversations with people about 10-8, 10-9 rounds, and I just don't get it. Like, somebody told me that the first round of Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard was a 10-9 round. I go, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think there's
Gray Maynard hit him with everything but the goddamn kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Had him falling over backwards.
Twice dropped
concussed.
into his back in one round.
Dude.
I don't know what they do. Do they have meetings and they all get together and they say, okay, this is how you score and this is what you should look for, this is what goes on, or are they just pulling people in off the office cubicle?
I don't know. I mean, they have a new guy who's a director of the athletic commission now. Let's see if they change things up at all. Let's
Call me. I'll change that shit up for you.
Duane Ludwig coming with the bang system for judgment.
At least offers my guidance anyway. That's all I can do.
Well, for folks who don't know, we stole a system from boxing. Boxing has a 10-point must system, and we just sort of adopted that system for scoring. But I don't think it's comprehensive enough for MMA because there's so many different rules or so many different techniques rather that are in play, and you have to be subjective about what is more valuable. In boxing, a punch is a punch. There's left hooks and jabs and right hands, and if a guy lands harder punches and more punches, he's clearly winning. But in MMA, it becomes subjective. If a guy lands a hard punch, but you take him down and almost guillotine him, who won? Who won that exchange? It's very tricky. If a guy lands a good jab, but the other guy fucks him up with a leg kick, a lot of people won't count that leg kick.
Yeah, the leg kick would count over that for sure.
It should.
Get hit with each of them, and then you'll be able to know.
That's the thing.
You know?
Some guys have said, like, there was one judge, I'll leave him nameless, but he gets clowned around on all the time on the internet, but he said leg kicks don't end fights. Like, are you fucking crazy? Has no one ever leg kicked you? That's the only way I can. I cry when my massage lady rubs my IT bands.
Exactly, dude.
This bitch goes into my IT bands with her elbow, and I'm ready to
yeah.
I'm in agony. You think about a guy like Pat Barry slamming fucking shins into that. He stopped guys with leg kicks.
Yeah.
But Edson Barboza stopped 2 fucking world-class MMA fighters with leg kicks, including Rafael Oliveira, who's a fucking long-term MMA fighter. He's a real veteran. Stopped him with leg kicks. That's so dumb.
Oh, yeah.
But those won't count as much as a punch sometimes. Even a punch that doesn't even rock a guy.
See, it's just got to come back to people being martial artists and training and understand the true
Just
value
let
of each
all
strike.
the athletic commission people fight each other. Just give them gloves and just strap them up.
It's one of those things you have to be able to speak the language to understand it. And if you just know the words and what the words mean, you're not going to understand them in the context of the flow of the movement. It's like if you taught me a bunch of words in Spanish and then a bunch of people were talking, I'm not necessarily going to get the gist of the conversation. Even if I know what those words in Spanish are and go, oh, okay, he said fuck your mother. Your mother's a whore. Puto, that's a whore. You know, puta, okay, I got it. I know what he said. That's essentially what's going on when you're seeing these guys and they're judging fights. These guys, they don't understand the flow. They don't understand who's in danger. They don't understand a transition. They don't understand what's going on. Like, oh, he's in a dominant spot now, or no, this guy's like super close to being finished.
The only problem I see with athletic commission people training is if they train somewhere that a guy's fighting from that gym, you know, so they can't train anywhere where fighters train, so they'd have to, you know, how do you do that? How do you get them to train somewhere?
There's a million academies though. There's a million academies.
You have state athletic commission training centers or something.
Maybe something like that.
There's no doubt.
Or even the way it's a business, you know. It's just how it is. Like you can't sway the decision either way. You got to be a professional. But of course, that would come into play. I see that.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think that could be an issue, but guys should be examined, and when something like that comes up, they should be They should have a conversation
Teach
with
me
him.
a class.
You
Show
should
me your martial art experience.
When you see a really bad scorecard, that guy should be forced to sit down and watch a fight and explain what he thought.
Yeah,
there.
what did he judge?
You know,
Yeah.
like I've had conversations with people that gave the first round GSP Hendricks. They gave that first round to GSP. I said, let's watch that fight and let's watch this round. You tell me how he won that first round. Did he win it because he didn't come anywhere close to getting a guillotine?
Yeah.
Did he win it because there was a takedown for a brief moment? They were scrambling on the ground, or you want to look at damage? Look at the fact that he couldn't take Hendricks down. Hendricks was pummeling him with left hands to the face in the clinch, battering his legs with knees. Like, do you not see those? Like, what's going on here? Does no one ever need your leg?
And now, the judges, they don't watch the TVs, right? They watch.
They do
only,
sometimes.
Do they?
We had it set up in Nevada
Yeah.
in a lot of the fights where they're allowed to use monitors.
I feel like they should.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very
I
important.
mean, think how much stuff you couldn't see if you weren't able to watch the TV while commentating.
I miss it all the time.
Yeah.
I miss strikes. If I try to watch it live as much as possible because I feel like, first of all, it's the coolest shit ever
Yeah, hear the live
see
fight.
live, you
Yeah.
know, and it would be ridiculous. I have the greatest job in the world, and I'm
Yeah.
not even allowed to see
You're
it live. I have to
commentating
look at a
rocks.
little
Yeah.
TV. You know,
Not even a big one, a little one too.
it's
yeah.
fucking little ass TV
Yeah.
right in front of you.
Yeah.
And when I'm watching it, sometimes like there'll be a moment where like the guy's back is to me, and he'll throw a punch, and the guy's in front of him, and the guy drops, and you can't see what happened.
Yeah.
And so you have to watch it in the monitor and check it. But for a judge, for the longest time, they didn't have that. So, if a guy jumps guard and is attacking a Kimura and has got a guy's arm locked up and is starting to pin it, if you're looking from the wrong position and you don't understand jiu-jitsu, say if you're on the other side and you're the same level as the cage and you're all the way on the other side of the cage, you can't even see if that guy's arm's getting jacked. There's shit you're not going to catch.
Yep.
Like, I've actually talked to judges who do train who told me that other judges have said to them in the middle of a fight, what is he doing?
Wow.
What is this?
Yep.
What's going on here? Which is fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
It's the highest level of the sport.
Wow. Yep.
The highest level. And it's being judged by people who literally don't know what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It goes back to they need to train or do seminars to be accountable.
And even the people that know aren't using the points. It's 10-9, 10-9, 10. Everything's
Yeah.
fucking 10-9.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to die in the cage to get a 10-7. I mean, what happens? How does someone ever get a 10-7? What happens? What has to happen for it to be a 10-7?
Repeatedly knocked that. That could have been a 10-7 with Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard. Then.
No question.
Yep.
No
That
question.
would've been-
Should have
something
been.
like that. And it was
Should have been a
10-9,
10-7. I don't know the exact scoring
Probably.
by each and every judge,
Sounds
but I
better
had
if
a
you say 10-9.
I had a
heard
conversation.
They called it 10-10. Is that crazy?
That's crazy.
No. That sounds better.
I had a
Both guys
conversation
won.
with a judge who was arguing with me that it was a 10-9. He was actually
Wow.
arguing. I was like, "This is
Defending it.
and he's a judge. I was like, "This is the craziest conversation I've ever heard. I can't even talk to you. You're a crazy person."
Yeah.
Like this is, but it's got to be quantifiable because a guy can just squeak by. There's oftentimes rounds where you go, I'm gonna give it to Ludwig. It was so close.
I'll take it.
And they'll do a 10-9 Ludwig, but it could have been a 10-9 this guy too.
Yeah.
It's like so close. And then there's Gray Maynard, Frankie Edgar first fight. You know, which is like, come on,
On
man.
those like really bad scoring decisions, when they like really mess up, how does that person not lose their job? Like,
Good
how do
question.
they like just like with any other
Yellow
job? Like
card.
if you're working at Office Max and you mess up someone's giant printing operation or whatever it is, you're gonna get fired. Like why don't they get fired for making a horrible decision?
Part of the problem is that in order to get fired, you have to admit you fucked up. So you have to admit you hired someone who was incompetent. So if you fired an incompetent person, then they have to review that person's their employment record and go, okay, well, how long has this guy's been employed by you? And let's look at some of their other fights. That happened with the Pacquiao-Timothy Bradley fight. You know, everybody was fucking so angry at this one judge that she resigned from being a judge. But then they started looking at her past, and she made some fucking ridiculous calls.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just really bad decisions. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? They don't want to admit that they hired an incompetent person. And Kaiser was fucking really, really defensive about it. Like, I brought it up several times that they have terrible judging, and he would, instead of that, he would like bring up fights where I thought a guy won and the consensus was that the other guy won, like online on the underground or something like that. Didn't talk about it like in a very rational way. Like, well, you're wrong sometimes too, and your opinion's not right. And no, we're talking about like real obvious travesties of justice.
Yeah.
And he would be in denial about the need for change.
Then you'd have to take into account people's gambling and maybe if they're betting on the sides and odds, things like that too. That'd be interesting.
Well, that's what people were alleging and inquiring about when it came to this one particular boxing judge, because some of the decisions were so egregious that people were like, "What is?" Because there can be money made, and what folks don't know is there's a bunch of different options that you could bet on when you bet on a fight. Yeah. They could be you could bet on over/unders, you can bet on unanimous decisions as opposed to majority decisions.
Yeah,
and you could conceivably bribe someone to the point where they would make a bad decision. And that way, the person would still win, so it wouldn't be too much of an outrage, like a Manny Pacquiao dominating Timothy Bradley. Still win, but you give it to him. You give one guy gives it to Bradley, and this way, this person gets a chunk of cash. Manny Pacquiao still wins the fight, but then they, when it comes down to like the betting, it's not a unanimous decision; it's a split decision. So someone bets a split decision, they fucking clean up because they bribed a judge. Yeah. Not saying that that's happened. But that is conceivably one way you could do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you get a decision like that Pacquiao-Bradley fight where Bradley beat Pacquiao and everybody was like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, Bradley didn't win that fight. Like, everybody was going crazy after that fight. Like, you watch that fight, look, Manny Pacquiao outboxes Timothy Bradley. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, 100%.
So you always got to wonder, how is it possible that 99% of boxing experts have one opinion, but yet people who are professional boxing judges fuck it up?
Yep.
And with MMA, I think
subject to interpretation.
Unquestionably, right? But in MMA, I think it's a lot like with this Jack Slack fellows. There's guys like that out there that really know their shit. Yes. And those are the guys that should be judging.
Yeah. They should have to pass an IQ test, everything. I mean, I guarantee that guy's smart.
Background check.
Yeah, I mean, how many goddamn judges are there? Yeah. I mean,
how many?
3 for fight. Sorry. But I mean, how many of them total? Is there 20? Is there 30? Boy, if you had like a big conference and brought in super fans from all over the world and figured out who knows their shit. Let's make them watch a fight. You tell me what's going on in this fight. Yeah. And really an extensive, a really exhaustive process. Yep. You could have an amazing.
I got my buddy Mike Temple who watches the fights of the guys and does a breakdown for me, or does a breakdown for them as well. It breaks down TJ's strengths and weaknesses, and then also breaks down the opponent's strengths and weaknesses and what we can do to capitalize on these things. So I get looks from other people as well. My buddy's a super fan, and he'd be an excellent judge or referee. Maybe not referee, but judge for sure.
I think there would be a lot of guys like that. There's a lot of guys like that.
So that's me, man. I love breaking film down and just figuring out ways to do things. It's fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
But the thing with you though is that you'd have to watch the fight sober, and you'd have to watch the fight stoned.
Spaceship.
3 ways, and on Alpha Brain.
Yeah, and then on the Alpha Brain. Yeah.
What do you when you watch a fight? What are you looking for? Are you looking for specific moments in the fight where you see vulnerability? Or do you look at it one way the first pass, and the second time do you look at it more in detail? Like one time look at offensively, one time look at defensively?
I look at it offensively, defensively, what they're doing, which way they're stepping, which, of course, when it strikes, how they react to certain combinations, what they do with their idiosyncrasies, what they're doing when they're tired, when they have their wings, when they're feeling confident. There's plenty of ways to look at the fight, but I always look at it with my guys winning and where the holes are going to be. Like, if a guy is good, let's say if the guy's good at a left hook, I want to do something to make him throw the left hook. That's a perfect analogy, right? When Dan Hardy dropped me the left hook, right? But I try to pick up their strengths and then make him do their strengths. Renan Baral's spin kick, right? He's really good at it. Well, let's make him do it so we already know, we already expect it. We're making him do it so now we're actually one step ahead. Things like that. But as far as breaking down the fight itself, there's plenty of things you can pick up on watching the fight. Like there's the guy, he was supposed to fight Holdsworth first, but switched to Chico. But something big with him is in the middle of the third round, in every fight, if it's a subconscious thing or not, he breaks mentally. He breaks. This is the middle of the second.
Which fighter is this?
I forgot the guy's name. He's a Korean or Chinese guy. He was originally supposed to fight Holdsworth.
He's a good-looking Asian dude. I
forgot his
name either.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But anyway,
who he fought?
He fought Chico Camus in Milwaukee. But he
beat
did
him with takedowns.
It was a close fight. In the middle of each fight, dead middle of each fight, he physically broke. I don't know if it was mentally or physically. So it's just things like that. Is the guy we can capitalize on him dropping his jab. We come over the top of the right hand, or we could
Jungkook Kang.
Him. Yeah. There's idiosyncrasies that people do, whether they're aware of it or not.
Do you think sometimes people see the finish line and they start to slack off? Is that what it is?
You mean like TJ didn't do?
Like TJ didn't do it all. TJ hit the gas.
Dude, I'm gonna kill him.
Dude, I couldn't downshifted.
Like, so he wanted me to come out in the 5th round, obviously move my feet, feint, and be safe. Obviously, I had the fight won, And for me, what I did in that 5th round was slow for me. I came out, I think, 30, 45 seconds. I didn't engage. But as soon as he started coming at me, it's like I can't do what I mean, if I'm going to be my best fighter, I got to do, I don't want to relax too much. I don't want to be like, all right, I won, kind of chill, defensive mode, because you're going to get caught. You're going to get beat because you're not at your best. I want to, I need to do what I do best, and that's how I not get caught.
That's a very important point. Pull up that fight, Brian. Pull up the final sequence where TJ knocks out Barao, because you didn't do anything differently than you had done from the first round. You every time you saw an opening, you just kept attacking, so you stayed sharp. That's an important thing, to not slack off when you see that finish line. People have a tendency to do that, right? They see the finish line, they start thinking, instead of fighting.
Get in defense mode. I feel like, so Danny Castillo did this against Barbosa. He went out there and demolished him the first round. And then the first thing I was scared, because I knew Danny was going to sit on a lead. And I was afraid of that. And obviously Danny knows that now, and he's aware of it, but that's what he did. He went into defense mode. He won, and he was like, all right, I got this fight. Just be safe, And that hinders your performance. Then every time Edson Barbosa landed a kick, his confidence meter went back up. He had him broke. If he would have came out there in the second round and did the exact same thing in the first round, the fight would have been over. He would have finished in that round. But instead, he let Edson come back in the fight, let him land a couple spin kicks, let him land some leg kicks, got his confidence back, and the fight changed,
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? It's when you watch that first round too. That was sort of a harbinger of things to come. And then you saw Danny in his last fight. Who did he fight? He knocked out with one punch.
Charlie Brenneman.
God damn, that right hand he hit Brenneman with. Holy shit, was that impressive?
That was awesome.
Perfect timing.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Just closed the distance perfectly and just landed like with everything from the toes.
Timing and accuracy was perfect for that. Boom.
And you could see how happy he was, man. He was so happy.
But what was cool is he didn't follow up with that second right hand when he was already out. So that was definitely cool to see that he was out and pulled that last punch, so he didn't hit him again.
That was very cool, and you could see by the impact. Like here's the final combination, dude.
That's just
look at how you fucking keep stepping over to the left away from the shot. Look at this. Whoop, bing, bing.
I love how I bounce off. I've watched this a couple times now. I bounce off the cage.
Yeah, you shoulder check the cage.
Throw the hardest overhand left. I didn't even know I could throw an overhand left that hard, dude.
That was solid.
Yeah, what a combination.
Angle, slipping, coming back. Excellent
I like going back and watching the tape and finally remembering stuff you did.
Is it hard, like, to, I mean, I don't know if this makes any sense at all, but is it hard to live in the moment after something like this? Or are you, like, in the middle of training going, holy fucking shit, did I really knock out Barao? like, are you, like, when you're training, when you're hitting the pads, when you move, I'm like, am I really the fucking Bantamweight champion, TJ Dillashaw?
It's crazy, huh?
It takes a while to, I mean, it's still kicking in, I mean, it's only been, 9 days. It's crazy, dude. It's a crazy ride. I mean, I don't even think it's fully kicked in yet, I mean, for what I just did, I mean, everyone was obviously counting me out except for my team and myself. And so to make that kind of statement, it's still kind of, I mean, to hear you say what you say and to watch it again on the fights and just kind of like, holy shit, dude.
Well, what's interesting to me is not just what you did. It's how quick you improved from your time in The Ultimate Fighter and how much potential you have. And how interesting this is, what Duane said is so true, that we're at a really unique time in the evolution of mixed martial arts. And we're seeing these John Jones characters that are taking things to this totally new place. Where, you're seeing creativity, this abundance of different techniques that they have available to them inside the octagon. And you're seeing accelerations in every single place, whether it's jiu-jitsu, you're seeing accelerations in the striking, you're seeing everything is starting to pick up. It's and that to me was a milestone fight because it was like so tactical and it was such an obvious influence of like you as a trainer. It was you could see it in the fight. You could see it in the movement. Like I know you have this very unique way of teaching punches in combination with footsteps and movement. So and I was watching this, having seen you hit the pads and having seen you coach with that and watching it take place. It's actually crazy, inside. Oh, it was amazing.
It's fucking nuts.
And especially
really
having that conversation that we had at lunch before the fight and then watching what you said take place.
Awesome.
I remember thinking, man, wow, this is so bizarre.
Almost as if you can predict the future, play it out.
Well, if you do your homework and you do it right. It's like if you had to do, jiu-jitsu with a white belt who didn't work out, you would say, well, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to grab him, I'm going to clinch him, I'm going to take him to the ground, I'm going to arm triangle him. What's he going to do? He doesn't know what the fuck you're going to do. He doesn't know. He can't. But at a certain level to say that. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
Like when someone has no idea what you're going to do and you're, Jacare Souza, you could kind of do whatever you want to them.
Yeah.
But it's when the guy's henning motherfucking Barao and you say, well, what he's going to do is he's going to fall for feints and the TJ's going to be constantly stepping and moving to, once that happens.
It's crazy, right?
Then it's really crazy.
It's so nuts.
Then you watch
Definitely
it and it's like, okay, yep, this is the next
It's all the
evolutionary
stuff
step.
that we drilled. It's all the stuff
And
that we
I
drilled.
guarantee you,
Crazy.
look, Barao is going to come back better.
Yeah.
Fucking for sure.
Yeah,
Fucking for sure.
Mhm.
They're going to watch that fight. They're gonna see what they did wrong, and Barao's going to come back, and he's going to light somebody else on fire and demand a rematch, and it's going to be crazy down the line.
That's awesome.
That's how it always is, right?
That's why the sport's so good, man. I
Mhm.
mean, that's why it's nerve-wracking. It's exciting. It's like everyone's getting better all at the same time. Because I beat him, he's going to get even better than he already was, which is hard to believe, you know?
Yeah, they
it's-
need each other.
Yeah.
Leonard needed Duran. Leonard needed Tommy Hearns.
You're right, yeah.
Ali needed Frazier.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that rival. That's part of not having. You also have it in the gym as
Yeah,
well, which is
exactly.
incredible. I don't think boxing had that much. I think
Boxing's not as much of a team sport.
Yeah.
It's more individual.
It's because wrestlers got involved.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It is, right?
Dude,
exactly.
I swear, man.
Yeah.
We turned ours into a wrestling team. We seriously just have a wrestling team at our gym, and I feel like the exact same feelings when I was in college.
That's interesting because if you remember, when Marvin Hagler was the champ, you never really heard a lot about Hagler's sparring partners. Like Hagler comes from a team of animals and in this area of Massachusetts, and they all get together and
Yeah,
Brockton,
you're right.
Blockbuster, they all fucking fire up and live together in a house. Get the fuck out of here. There's none of that in boxing.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you have that in boxing. You have camps like Robert Garcia's camp. They're pretty tight. Freddie Roach's camp. They're pretty tight.
I think it's starting now. Maybe they see the benefit of it. So they're starting.
What other martial arts is there teams?
Muay
besides
Thai.
wrestling? Muay Thai teams?
Yeah, Muay Thai. If you fight for a certain gym, like if you're a Mike's Gym guy, those guys all come out to the cage together. Golden Glory guys.
Yeah.
They call.
Do they actually do like a dual? I know there's like IFC where you had those kickboxing matches and you keep scoring everything, but is there like a dual match, like this team versus this team, and you keep the score for matches?
That's a
and
good
stuff,
question.
you know?
No, not
like you
really.
compete as a team. Like you can win a national championship as a team.
They started that. Remember, Chuck Norris had that World
Yeah.
Kickboxing League or something like that.
Well, that's where Raymond Daniels emerged.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where people first got to see that guy that won that fight with that
Glory.
crazy jumping spinning kick.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chuck had a cool idea for it too. The mats with no ropes.
Oh yeah.
Sort of
Yep,
like
the
a
platform.
dish.
Blood sport platform
Yeah.
almost, but it's round.
Yeah,
The dish. Yeah, exactly.
Frank
dish.
Shamrock did that for a while too. Do you remember?
Oh, he did a shoe. Oh yeah, was it shoebox or
Something
something?
along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
think it was
I forgot about
shoebox.
that.
Yeah,
Huh.
he had like a pit.
Yeah.
And then Yama Pit. They tried to do that. Remember?
I don't remember. No Yama.
Yeah, the original founders of the UFC, like Bob Meyerowitz.
Okay, I
they
know
tried to
Meyerowitz.
come back with some new thing, some Yama
Oh,
Pit
shit, I
thing.
remember.
Yeah, it was a couple years back.
Okay.
Like some good guys fought in it. It was like I don't know if Pat Smith. I want to say Pat Smith fought in it. There were some guys that were like good fighters, just below like UFC level. Oh, have you seen this? This is fucking team
Yeah,
MMA.
this is not
This is
martial arts to
ridiculous.
me. This is
a fight.
I don't like this.
It's
Wait.
dangerous. Guys are stomping.
How
and
do you
shit,
get? You
2-on-1.
tap out or what? What happens?
Yeah.
They stop
Well,
it?
they fight. Yeah, you tap out
this
or you
isn't
get
cool.
submitted. But
This
it's
isn't martial arts.
It's
bar
crazy because guys come over and soccer kick guys in the head
my
while they're in a
goodness.
headlock with another dude. Like look at these two
Jumping
dudes
him.
are beating on this guy.
What the?
Look at this. Three guys came over and
See.
stomped this guy.
Where's this done at?
Russia.
Oh my goodness.
They give zero fucks in Russia. And these guys who get beat up, they get beat up fucking bad. It's one thing to get beat up by one dude, but three dudes stomping you
that's
when
not
you're on the
cool.
ground. Yeah.
That's what I feel is lost in today, especially mixed martial arts, is the traditional martial arts honor and respect. I think that's something that I helped bring to the camp, and it's just kind of, I think it helps people keep accountable. Showing up on time.
Yeah, no more of this,
But
Brian.
on and off the
I don't want
mat.
to watch that shit. It's not
There's
MMA.
something to be said as far as
It's a
keeping martial
fucking.
arts.
It's an assault. I agree with you.
Yeah, those guys should be arrested.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Fucked up. I mean, the whole idea of MMA is, one guy against another guy trying to establish who's trained the hardest, who's got the best
You're
of their
right.
skills. When another guy's kicking your head and you're holding on to a guy's headlock, what does that prove? That's assault.
Proves
Yeah.
that someone made a silly show. They should
Proves that two guys can knock the fuck out of one guy. Yeah, we've known that for a long time.
Yeah.
Proves that fighting shouldn't be a team sport like that. Is what it proves.
Yeah, if you're gonna do something like that,
individual.
it should be one guy versus two guys. I would be down for that. If you got one bad motherfucker, you're like one Badr Hari and two, fat soccer players. Like two guys.
I would pay to see that for sure.
Two guys who don't have MMA training but think they could pull it off, and one MMA
They'll
fighter.
just get killed.
Yeah,
You might need 3. You might need at least 3 guys to make that even competitive. If they don't know any MMA at all.
Yeah. Just a mad fucking bum rush of athletic dudes.
Oh, man.
That would be that would be preferable.
That reminds me of my dad when we were younger. My older brother, he'd always have his friends come over. And my dad's just this old wrestler, super strong, and he would just take them all on and have them all pinned on the floor at the same time and then scream and they get up because they have no idea how to wrestle. My older brother and his friends never wrestled, so it's just like he can hold them all down and manipulate them. These are grown men and stuff too. It's hilarious to see, So they would need more than 3 guys to do that to someone that's really well trained,
Do you teach your old man chokeholds?
Yeah, I mean he loves the sport, man.
His parents are awesome.
Yeah, they love it. They got into it big time. My dad's the one that's made me who I am. He's the one that's made me so great. My mom too. I mean, super competitive family, and my dad comes to the gym trying to tell Duane how to do his job, what I should be doing.
Does he?
It was awesome.
He's joking though. He's joking around. He's just having fun with it.
It's funny. It's cool, man. They have an awesome relationship with his parent. Or him and his parents have an awesome relationship.
You always hear about these fighters that grew up with really bad families or a hard upbringing and stuff, and I've always thought about like. Luckily, I never had any of that stuff, and it's crazy that I've wanted to. I kind of got into this, and it seems like most of the fighters have, bad backgrounds for the most part.
Do you think that background can help you, but it can also fuck you up, like a chip on your shoulder?
If you
having a bad background, and because you have a good background, you're super balanced.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Sorry.
No, please.
I think it's someone's vision, how they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at the fire to heat the house or to burn the house down, how are you going to look at that to positively and negatively motivate you?
Right, but I think also everyone's experiences are unique.
Yeah.
In the amount of trauma they experienced,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of abuse they experienced, it's not uniform.
Right.
And it's hard to tell. Some guys have gotten out of bad situations and become like incredibly motivated and super dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's those TJ Dillashaw motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Just, like what do you think it is about you that led you to want to be an MMA fighter? Have you ever sat down and thought it out? What made you so aggressive?
My family, for sure. I have 2 other brothers. I'm the middle child. My family's always been anything we do, we turn into a competition. I mean, even
your mom?
Oh yeah, when we were kids, we'd be
His
like,
mom's gangster. She's awesome.
My dad and my mom would drive to an event, some wrestling event or whatever to support her kids, and we'd both be there. We'd pick a car to ride home in, and then it'd be a race to get home. Whoever's with mom wins when we get home, or whoever's dad,
His mom's gangster.
we win, we get home, or just any kind of game, anything we're doing at the house or on vacation. We've always turned it into a competition, and we get pissed when we lose too. I mean, even with family, even my mom, my mom riding ATVs and getting all aggressive, and she's this tiny little woman too, and she's the most aggressive out of all of them. And it's just kind of bred me to compete. And then, I wrestled my whole life, and I didn't do what I wanted to in wrestling. I didn't achieve the goals I set myself to. And so after I graduated, I feel like I wasn't done competing. I didn't reach the ultimate greatness. I wasn't the best I could have been.
I've always found that, like with competitive athletics, it's very difficult to do that while you're in college. And I've always been really impressed by collegiate athletes that were able to maintain high grades and still compete at a super high level.
Mm-hmm.
And although it's super admirable, it's not ideal.
No, not at all.
So did you feel like there was also an opportunity once you got out of college? You didn't have to concentrate on your studies so much, and now you could fully reach your potential.
And my studies was my competition. I didn't have to worry about anything else but competing. Obviously, make some money to be able to live, but it was based for myself to be able to fight. Going through school, and then also just I'm glad I learned how to peak myself. I feel like I was peaked wrong in college for wrestling. It was too much of a grind. It was too long. So I learned a lot through wrestling, which has helped me get to where I'm at.
It's incredible that wrestling is so difficult that fucking UFC fighters at the highest level say, man, I'm glad I'm not wrestling anymore.
100%, man. Right. Like all the stuff I do in practice, the practice I do not want to go to is wrestling. It's going to be the toughest. You're going to be the most tired, and you're going to get the most beat up in wrestling.
Yeah, it's not the best way to do it, but it's the best way to develop that indomitable mental strength.
Yeah, I
fighting spirit.
Highly recommend getting involved in wrestling if you want to learn the dedication of martial arts and just a hard work ethic and learning how to compete. The mental preparation for wrestling is, man, there's nothing else like it. You know?
Yeah, there's people that think they work hard, and they're hilarious. Those people are hilarious. They really
That's
have no idea what hard work is. If you've, I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Even if you've done jujitsu, even if you've done kickboxing, one of the hardest times I've ever worked out was high school wrestling. One season of high school wrestling.
Yeah.
I remember we were doing shit where I was waking up in the morning and it would hurt my legs to stand up.
Your
And
neck.
I'd be like, my legs were on fire, and I'd be walking to the bedroom. I was 16 or 15 or whatever the fuck I was. And I was like, my fucking legs are killing me. I'd be in class, I'd be exhausted, and then I knew, looking at the clock, motherfucker. A couple hours from now, we're going to go to war again.
I mean, in college, I'd be doing morning practice where they're doing strength conditioning or runs, like intense runs.
Before classes.
Before, like 6 in the morning, we're doing this. And then we go to class, you have 2 or 3 classes depending on your day of the week, and then you have a 2-hour practice as soon as you get done with the classes. Or you might have a night class after practice, And
homework.
Yeah, and then homework,
Yeah, research, homework, fucking piles of books and shit. It definitely does.
That's why these guys are so successful now.
But look at guys like Cormier. Those high-level wrestlers, not just his wrestling, but that sort of focus and dedication that those guys have, and that knowledge of how to win.
How to compete. Remember Matt Littleton was just awesome. He was the most technically sound guy, but he knew how to fight. He was a gamer. He knew how to compete anyway.
Yeah, no doubt. It's amazing when you see how many great amateur wrestlers have gone on to be great MMA fighters.
That's why it's so unfortunate to see these wrestling programs get cut too.
It's terrible.
Cal State Fullerton, I wrestled at, doesn't have a wrestling team anymore. We're trying to get it back, but it's like to teach someone life skills. Like wrestling's the best way to. I mean, one of the best sports in general is the best way to do it. And there's no way you should cut wrestling.
It's communism. Terrorists have won. That's what it is. It's anti-American. If they have money for lacrosse, they should have some fucking money for wrestling.
Yes. Yep.
How can you play lacrosse in this day and age and have a straight look on your face?
That costs money, right? All the gear and stuff. Wrestling, just
smiling while you're running around with this ball in the net.
Well, it's the Title IX too,
doing?
man. I mean, I have nothing against females doing sports, but to cancel a program just because you don't have an equal amount of females doing male sports, so they do a dance program instead of wrestling. Like we have a dance program at Cal State Fullerton instead of wrestling.
The pussification of America, TJ Dillashaw Duane Ludwig.
Especially in California, man. Like it's not like in the West Coast. I mean, the Midwest. Wrestling's huge, but out here it's not as popular, so it gets thrown away.
I think that I personally believe that not just wrestling, but martial arts programs should be mandatory for all boys growing up and girls too. I think girls should at least have rudimentary ideas of self-defense.
It would just make our country badass. No one wants to mess with us. You know what I mean? Like, survival of the fittest.
It would do that, but it would also cut the bullying way the fuck down.
People would be more confident, be less scared.
People would be less scared, and people would be less inclined to just fuck with people. There's a lot of times that people are fucking with people. They're doing it because they're insecure and they want some sort of. They
need
want,
a release.
Yeah, they want some sort of an outlet for sure. That's a big aspect of it. But they also want sort of validation. But if you can get that in the gym, you don't need that out anywhere else, and you could be more relaxed.
Yeah.
It's like you were talking about how hard you guys go in the gym and how everybody's super competitive, but I've seen you guys outside of the gym, and everybody's super friendly, and not just to each other, but to other people that you encounter too. Because there's no need to release. There's no backed up, pent up, frustrated energy. And there's also like this, there's more confidence.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Duane before we got here, I don't know what brought it up, but during college days or high school, I would have no problem getting in a fight in high school and beating some kid up outside on the street because I didn't like him, But now that I'm doing wrestling's martial arts, but now that I'm doing like a full on fighting martial arts and I have utmost confidence in myself, it's like, I don't want to go and beat someone up. I could really hurt someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it unless I'm in the cage getting paid for it.
Yeah, and then you're doing it against pro athletes.
That knows what he's getting himself into.
Yeah.
The difference between competing and an assault, too, that's something people, the sport is so violent. You were involved in a violent sport, TJ Dillashaw, but you're such a nice guy. Yes, but it's also the most extreme test you can put yourself
This
under.
sport's made me nicer.
I believe that.
It really has. This sport has leveled me out and made me a whole lot nicer than I used to be, I think. I think in college and in high school, I was a little bit meaner of a person than I am now.
Do you think it's because you burn it out or because you have more confidence? Like, what do you attribute it to?
Just learning to be, I don't know, a little bit more level-headed and just burned
maturity.
it out, matured, And then I feel like if I would have been involved in this even at a younger age, I would have matured a lot faster as well.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think that for boys especially, that's the only, obviously I'm a male.
You learn a self-worth and and what it takes to be that person. And then afterwards, you just kind of, I don't know, you don't have a chip on your shoulder anymore. You've been in the gym letting out as much aggression and testosterone as possible, and then you get out on the street and it's like you don't need to. You don't have that pent up aggression.
Yeah, I think a lot of people go through life. A lot of guys go through life with that. What does that sound? Is that your fingers? What is that?
It's probably me.
Is that you?
That is
moving
me.
your legs so much, huh?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
No. There was like a scratchy. You didn't hear that?
I heard it a little bit.
But that extra pent up aggression is like gives guys like a trigger. They start reacting to things. But if you're training, you're done training. Like I always say, like after the gym, nothing bothers me.
No,
like nothing. Like literally nothing. Especially if you sparred, like people could be yelling at you, and you'd be like, "Please don't yell at me. I gotta go." It's like it's nothing there.
Especially down here with all the traffic, everyone should be doing some martial arts, man. It'd be a lot less road rage.
Half-hour lunch, just go rolling a gi real quick for a half hour.
They should just
some
put
Holland drills.
Little bit of ecstasy in everybody's air conditioner. Just a tiny amount.
Just a happy place.
Just a little bit, huh?
Tiny release. Just everything's gonna be all right, folks.
Ecstasy, martial arts, one or the other. Pick one.
If they can figure out how to make a car that gives you a little ecstasy as you're driving, just the tiniest amount of ecstasy. Like studies have shown that 1 microgram of ecstasy in your air supply keeps you from being intoxicated, but instead of being intoxicated, you have a wonderful time during your day.
Dude.
And you're more productive and friendly to everybody. That's why Mercedes-Benz.
Those things would go through the roof, dude. Everyone would be buying them.
Everybody be cranking them.
There's the next goal.
Cranked.
It's rocket.
Learn how to turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah,
People
right.
Would, like,
rig
you
it.
get pulled over and be like,
right. There you
how
go.
much ecstasy has your car got in it? I feel like that's what New Mood is for me.
Oh,
for
it is,
Onnit,
yeah.
man, I love New Mood. Like New Mood's one of my favorite products that Onnit does. That's the one I can feel the most difference with is New Mood and T+.
Yeah, I love New Mood too. And anybody who's interested in 5-HTP supplements, which is what New Mood is, you got to be really careful that you're not on SSRIs. If you're on any sort of antidepressants, like Zoloft, things along those lines, serotonin reuptake inhibitors, I forget what it stands for, but you can have something called serotonin syndrome. We have too much serotonin.
Yeah.
Like the New Mood elevates your serotonin, and then so do these drugs as well.
Okay.
But for people that
You just be too happy then, or what?
I think it's probably dangerous.
Oh, really?
It's like, I mean, your
Can
body
you
has
take too much New Mood?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you'd have to take a lot. If I take 4 pills at a shot, and on a stressful day, I'll do that twice. On a crazy day, if I have a lot of shit going on, and I've never had any negative effects at all. But I think if you're gonna be careful, you should probably take less than I do. I think I fuck around.
I take four Alpha Brains before the fights to watch.
I do too.
Yeah, I get zoned in.
4 Alpha Brain before every show.
I took four before we got in here too.
I take 4 Alpha Brain before every comedy show, before every broadcast. I take 4. Yeah.
No, that I feel like I've noticed more over long term than like right away.
Yeah.
Like Alpha Brain, I've noticed like my concentration and stuff from long term. I don't notice it like that day, but like over like a month, I'm like, damn man, I picked up stuff a lot faster.
It's a subtle increase, and it used to be a little bit more potent. But we were having problems. People were getting headaches from it. There was a larger number of people were.
I wasn't.
I'm talking about.
I wasn't getting headaches.
Yeah.
Please send me the stronger stuff.
Now we have to take 8 of them because you guys lowered the dose.
Well, we've talked about. No, I still feel a big difference from these. And the clinical trial that we did, the double blind, that was with this particular formula. But I still think that we should release a fucking hyper version for people who are savages and just want to get crazy.
Oh yeah.
Even if you don't want to, even if
skull and crossbones on it.
If we can't release it, can I at least get some and try it out? I might come back with some ninja combinations.
A lab that makes it for us.
We can get you some. Well, I think this is just the beginning of this sort of science of nootropics, and they're coming up with all sorts of different combinations. These things, paracetone.
I want that stuff to be like NCT.
Choline. Oh, that's
like my favorite movie, dude. I love that movie, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's America in a nutshell. Everybody wants to be a lazy fuck that you take a pill and all of a sudden you're Superman.
That's true. Yeah, gotta work for it, huh?
Isn't it funny though how many goddamn movies there are about a dumb person who all of a sudden becomes super smart and figures the whole fucking world out? Like John Travolta when he got hit by lightning.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. That was
all
a good
of a sudden
one.
he's fucking learning Portuguese and
yeah,
shit.
That was sweet.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Everyone's outside with a pole trying to get struck by lightning and stuff, so they can be smart.
Well, you know, it does work with some things.
Some
people have, like, I have a friend, and her son got in a motorcycle accident, then he got a head injury and became super artistic after the motorcycle injury. Yeah.
So we do need to get hit in the head more.
Right?
Coach.
Yeah.
Well, for some people, it's
I'm kidding,
not
I'm
an
kidding.
exact science. That's the problem. Sam Kinison got hit in the head when he was a kid, too. He got hit by a truck.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, and it fucking switched. He was like a normal, calm, shy kid, and then he got hit by a truck, and all of a sudden, ow, ow! He became this fucking wild, impulsive maniac.
Wow, that's crazy. Obviously, yeah.
Well, head injuries are
this.
very strange. It's very strange, the reactions that head injuries have. You know, people have had car accidents and then become gay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
No way.
I might have made
No,
that
I'm
up.
not feeling that.
I might have made that up.
No, I didn't. Hold on a second. Head trauma turns
Somebody
a guy
made
gay.
it up.
No, I don't think so.
Some guy who was gay and just used that as an excuse.
Yeah,
that's fine,
excuse.
dude.
Yeah,
That's cool.
fender bender.
Like, I'm not judging
I
you.
like dick.
As long as you're happy. I'm
Rugby
straight.
player wakes up gay after a stroke.
Wow.
He had a stroke and then he woke up and he was gay.
Someone took care of him while he was not.
Burly rugby player has a stroke after freak gym accident. Wakes
mean-
up gay and becomes a hairdresser.
That's just his excuse.
Oh.
I mean, whatever. I mean, he's gay. It's cool. Whatever. You know, just
That
admit
guy
it earlier. But
so does not look
A
gay.
rug-
I don't
or a
know
rugby
what
player.
the fuck
Or a
you're
rugby
talking
player.
he
about.
does not look like a rugby player either.
Yeah.
But I mean, he doesn't need to make up an excuse of getting hit in the head to be gay. I mean, just whatever. You're gay.
Okay. It's
Dude,
cool.
you don't know.
No.
Maybe he really did have a stroke and woke up gay. Look what he used to look like. Straight as fuck.
Straight as fuck. He looked straight.
Well, you know, there was a drug called Reequip that an Irishman won a settlement of, I believe it was like $600,000 US because this drug turned him gay and into a gambling addict.
Wow.
And he was having unsafe sex, and he was going like meeting people online and getting fucking crazy with dudes and doing a bunch of gay shit. And he was a family man,
And
married guy.
he won?
He won.
How do you prove that?
That's a very good question, TJ Dillashaw.
Subject to
I like how you think.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
the hell?
fucking know, man. But not only did they prove it, I mean, this was
They did
against
it.
GlaxoSmithKline. GlaxoSmithKline, the big pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
They're the ones who lost.
Wow.
So it was their lawyers lost this case. Wow. It was so much evidence. Here, I'll pull it up. Reequip. There must be so much fucking evidence. Turns a man gay.
Wow. That is crazy.
There's so much evidence that they actually had to give him money, which is amazing. Yeah, he won 160,000 pounds, which is roughly somewhere around. What's that weird L-looking thing? Is that a pound?
I have
The
no
one
sure.
that's like.
I think so.
Anyway, whatever the amount this was,
It was a lot of money.
even if it was
huh?
$160,000.
It's way too much.
He
I
took-
don't care if it's $160. He shouldn't get paid for that much.
Right? Nothing. Somebody got manipulated.
Well, he had Parkinson's, and so this was a Parkinson's medication, and it turned him into a gay sex and gambling addict. Amazing. Impulsive control systems. And this is where it gets really weird, including compulsive behaviors. There have been reports of patients experiencing intense urges to gamble, increased sexual urges, and other intense urges, and the inability to control those urges while taking one or more of the medications that increase central dopaminergic tone that are generally used for the treatment of Parkinson's disease. So this is in restless leg syndromes. When you see when dudes like can't stop moving their legs.
That's me.
Who's this Parkins guy? Does he have any daughters?
Is that a joke? Should have worked on that one a little bit more before you let it loose.
Parkins' sons? He had Parkins' sons.
Oh, you're so retarded.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You can't keep trying it. So he's like, come on, guys. Parking, son, where's his daughters?
Parkins.
Get it? They want to fuck.
I thought it was funny.
But I think...
I missed it. Sorry.
Please don't encourage him. We both missed it. There was nothing there. The idea that a drug could do that to, though, is pretty fucking
But
shocking.
a drug that turns you into acting like a lot of other people in the world?
Well, not just acting like a lot of the people in the world, but you're a normal guy who has a control of your urges, and then all of a sudden you're just flying off the handle, meeting dudes online.
Control of your urges. There you go.
Brian, we
Good
should
one.
do that as a test. Just get you on this shit.
I would love to try it.
He would totally do it. He would be the best guinea pig. We
make life so much easier if
We
I
give
liked
him
it.
a monthly budget and a videographer. And
You know how nice it would be to like dick? It'd be the best thing in the world if you just craved it instead of having to deal with all this nonsense.
That's what I'm saying.
We're back at the gym. Damn it.
It's just, I mean, look, everybody wants to say there's something wrong with being gay, but you live and you die.
Yeah.
And if you're straight, you look at gay and go, oh, I don't want that. But guess what? If you're straight, you look at, or if you're gay, rather, you look at straight and
you
go,
don't
oh,
want
I
that.
don't want that.
Right.
what you like is what you like.
Yeah.
And if you like gay, it would be awesome to be gay.
Yeah.
There's spots.
Yeah.
I had doctors when I had to go do my physicals and stuff for the fight. They say, "Why are you fighting? Like, why are you doing this?" Like, fuck, man, I don't know, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, so, exploring my levels of testosterone. I think.
Well, if you go down to Santa Monica Boulevard, if you're a gay guy, there's like a one-stop shop. You just take your shirt off and just walk through the crowd and dudes just start blowing you. I mean, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. It's very different because it's all yang. There's yang, 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 yang. There's no yins. Like, there's no like, oh, I don't know. You just want to use me. There's none of that. They're using each other. They're just fucking blasting each other. They're having a great time. They understand each other. There's no confusion. There's no navigate. You know, like navigating a relationship with a woman is like putting rubber gloves on in the dark and putting your hands into one of those incubation tubes and trying to do a Rubik's Cube. Like, what? I can't see what the fuck's going on here. You have to like take their word for what is happening here. Oh, you're upset that I went out with my friends. Oh, okay. I guess no more friends.
Yeah.
Are you my friend? How are you? What's going on here? That's we don't know how they think.
I think I got a good Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, but
I
dudes,
got a good one.
well, you got a good one.
Yeah.
That's the key. Get a Rubik's Cube that you can figure out.
There you go.
But,
there it is.
But dudes knowing dudes, they're like, oh, you like dick, I like dick. Party! Woo! They just fucking, they know what's going on. They both like each other. They bang it out. Seems more easy.
So if you were offered this drug, if you weren't married, would you try it?
No, I'd have
it
to be
made you crave
committed.
it.
Because, you see, women can dance back and forth from the world of gay and straight with an effortless finesse. They can easily go back and forth. Not only that, it makes them more attractive. They can say things like,
Yeah, men find them more
I don't even
attractive.
like to talk about this, but I was gay for like a year. Shut up! Yeah, for a year I had a girlfriend. And, you know, I just was like, men are assholes. I'm done. And you're like, your dick is like a fucking, just a raging steel missile in your pants. Like, tell me more. Where is she? Tell her to come stay with us. You know?
That's the first thought on every guy, for sure. For sure.
It's okay. It doesn't even bother me.
Yeah.
If you came home and you found your girlfriend eating pussy, you wouldn't be like, what the fuck? You'd be like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah. just take your clothes off and come in the room. Like, hey, what's up?
As long as the girlfriend is not like all jealous and fucking plotty. Like, oh, look, back. I don't even like that. You better keep it away from me. Like, oh, someone's ruined the party. as long as she's friendly too, who cares?
Oh, man.
But if a girl comes home and her boyfriend is sucking a cock, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
If you come home and your boyfriend is blowing the plumber, that is a fucking straight bummer. You know? But if you came home and, like, you know, your wife had went to fucking lunch with some chick who's in her aerobics class and they're eating each other out when you walk through the door, it's really not that big of a deal. It's a little surprising. Like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
The act of male sex is a very different act. It's very... So, no, I wouldn't take that pill.
To answer your question. Yeah.
In a roundabout sort of a way. Would you take it? You think you would take it?
No.
No. Girls are better. They're prettier. They smell better.
It would be interesting to try it though if there was a serum. You know what I
don't
mean?
wanna
Like if you
rework
could
to
take
be
it.
fixed.
Oh my god, I like dick. That's so weird. All right, never mind. That was weird though.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind.
So you're curious.
I
Well, no,
wouldn't.
just to see how
It's
how,
fine,
how
man.
that
It's
would
cool.
be.
I wouldn't mind being a
Exactly.
girl for a day. This is what I say. If there is a possibility that you could go into someone's mind, like say if you and your girlfriend got together and you went into a machine and you swapped positions, like she became the girl and you became the guy, like you had all your knowledge of life, but all of a sudden you thought like a girl and you wanted to get fucked. And you want to get fucked by you because she's you now and you are her. So you liked boys and you liked you. And like that would be a way that you could be gay, but not be gay because you'd be gay for yourself. So you would switch positions with your girlfriend or wife.
So you have her thoughts.
And she would be banging you doggy style. You're like, wow, this does hurt my cervix. This is kind of annoying.
She wasn't lying.
She could be you. And she could feel what it's like to get head and go, oh, now I know why you're always trying to get me to do this. This is pretty awesome.
This is amazing.
She's like, it's odd. I like it better when I'm looking at it. Crazy. I like it better when I'm looking at you doing this. I never would have imagined that. Now I know why you're always creeping me out.
They need to invent this machine just to make the relationship better. And make everyone's relationship better.
Oh,
with
it'd
their girl.
make it so much better.
For sure.
Well, there's a problem now, man. There's this weird competition between men and women. There's us versus them, you know, and there's a bunch of sneaky fucks that sneak on the other side, both men and women. There's a bunch of women who, like, they're down to hang with men. You know, this is a girl, she like to come over your house and, oh, she can watch sports with us. Yeah. Fuck she can. Goddamn traitor, gender traitor over here sneaking around, collecting data to bring back to the enemy.
Data.
And that's the same way with men. And men who, you know, are the white knights who, like, stand. There's white knights that start shit that there's nothing. Like, a man and a woman could be having a disagreement, like a calm disagreement, and some dickhead will walk up and go, "Is he bothering you? Is there a problem here?" Like, oh, you gross sack of shit! How dare you? Now, people not even raising their voice. All I saw is you being a dick to a beautiful woman. Like, there's a lot of those guys out there. They'll insert themselves, whether it's verbally into an internet situation or whether it's physically in a bar. Just nosy cunts that are totally out of line, that will pretend that you're being aggressive.
I got
you. And, you know, I've seen it happen with a girl who's like, get the fuck out of here. No, we're just talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a part of this. Well, I came over to help you. And the girl was like, I don't need your fucking help. Like, what are you doing, man? And then the dude had his mouth open. The dude was like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this guy came over. That is super common. Super common that sanctimonious shithead dudes will step in as the white knight. Those guys are disgusting.
If you're at the...
Because they have this, like, fucking moral high ground. Like, almost like they're going to come over and rescue someone that doesn't need... It's like, do you remember...
Rescue you, but be a scumbag at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, like trying to sneak in on your chick.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Oh, this guy's a dick. Leave him for me. Come on, let's go.
Do you remember those guardian angel dudes? Do you remember those guys? They would wear berets and they would fucking fight crime and shit. Yeah. Do you remember that?
What happened to those guys?
Yeah. Well, they found out. Here's what happened to him. One of them faked a rape that he helped rescue someone. You know, he faked it. And then, you know, stepped in and saved the day, and, you know, they caught him, and it's like, everybody was like, what the fuck are you doing? But the guy became like a radio guy. He was like doing, you know, a radio show for a while. But those kind of guys, they would be like walking around like looking for people to save sometimes. They would be like directing traffic. I remember I was in Boston, and I was in traffic. And I'm sitting there at a red light, and this dude's a guardian angel, and he's got the beret on. He's dressed like a fucking superhero. And I look over at him, and I'm with my friend. I'm like, look at this guy over here. What is going on? And I look over at the guy, and the guy's like, fuck you. He's giving me the finger. The guardian angel.
Wow.
Because I was looking at him. I'm like, dude, you're wearing an outfit from another era. Like, you have a beret on, sir. Like, are you a poet in France? Like, what are you doing? Is this it?
France.
Are they still around, Brian?
Yeah, the safety patrol, Guardian Angel safety patrol.
Yeah, that's the guy. That guy in the middle, he's the guy that faked the rape.
Oh, really? Oh, he's still rolling it.
Yeah, I guess. But these beret wearing fucking shitheads would be wandering through the streets.
Oh, look,
so strange. Illuminati, bro. They're down with the Illuminati. I can't believe that shit. The guardian angels down with the goddamn Illuminati.
There's gonna be shitty people in every position, though.
Of course.
Yeah, so, at least they're doing something. The overall mission of that is cool, though.
Yeah, well, if it was legit,
yeah.
And maybe it is in some circumstances. But what I'm going back to is those fucking white knight assholes. Those guys who pretend there's a problem. You see it online, too. Blah. Traitors, you fucking pussies. You're the opposite of Clint Eastwood in all his best movies. That's what you
perfect way to put
little
it,
bitches.
Douchebag.
Sad bitches with weak sperm. No one wants
they should
have
have came up through the martial arts. They'd be a bit more respectable human beings.
Well, they would have more confidence. They wouldn't have to take that sneaky move. The sneaky move of trying to paint other men as a victim. Or other men as the aggressor when they're not. That's a common thing with guys.
I see that.
Or and then there's guys that do fucking suck. And there's guys that we have to call out. That men have to go, this guy's a fucking cunt. You know, that the guys that are ruining it for other men because they treat women like shit. There's that too. But it's hard to distinguish when you got your fake ass white knights out there muddying the water.
Yeah, they're ruining it.
Just peeing in the pool.
Gotta be a good judge of character.
Crying wolf.
Better judges.
Yeah.
Referees.
But that's the thing, right? The
There's
judge
also
of character.
Red Hat Society.
No, that's
troublemakers.
Those are women,
Really?
man. There's a bunch of old ladies. Those ladies are very friendly. How dare you?
Stupid.
See, that's the thing about women's groups, man. You're not worried about them beating people up. Like fucking Guardian Angels or Hell's Angels. You know, you could run into a bunch of dudes. You're into a possible ass-kicking scenario. Red hats? What are those bitches going to do? There's very few.
Cool. Give you some advice.
Very few riots started by red hat women.
Yeah.
Shaking their fists at us.
Yeah, you get out of my yard.
Very good.
So this fight, let's go back to this.
Yeah.
5-round fight. What is the next day like after a fight like that? What kind of injuries are you dealing with? What kind of soreness are you dealing with?
Luckily, all offensive injuries. Like my right hand was sore, just feeling better now. My right elbow, left shin, right shin kind of deal, just from throwing strikes. I got cut, a little tiny cut on my head, but for the most part, feeling good. I didn't take too much damage at all, and a little bruise. My nose always gets kind of hit; it's just always in the way. But yeah, it felt great, man.
Do you see these injuries like Anderson Silva and Tyrone Spong, these leg break injuries, which is crazy to see 2 of them in the course of a few months by super high-level fighters? Well, Duane, I should ask you this probably as a coach.
Right.
What do you attribute that to, and how can guys prevent that from happening? Because it's some of the most horrific shit I've ever seen.
I don't know if it was a pre-existing injury already, if they had an injury going into the fight, or if it happened then, or if it's just blocking wrong, not turning the toes out, make sure you're lining up the shins, or buffering the blow, or if they went into it. So there's a couple, X factors there. But I don't know. I mean, if you think we've seen it more and more, then it would be something that's happening during the injury camp. But I think that those are just 2 freak accidents. Well, it's happened. Well, it happened to Carlos Condit too. Someone kicked him. They broke their ankle also in a King of the Cage fight. But I'm not sure, to be honest, man. They just have to.
Corey Hill was the
Corey
first
Hill
in
also,
the UFC. He was a real tall, skinny guy.
Yep.
So we sort of attributed to that. Like he was 155, but he was so thin.
Maybe cutting too much weight.
Cutting too much weight, you think has an
Maybe it
impact
could
on
be
bone
depleting
density?
the body. I don't know.
But Anderson didn't really cut too much weight, did he?
He cuts weight. He gets pretty heavy.
And Tyrone Spong definitely cut weight when he made that Glory tournament.
That I don't know, though.
I know he cut weight because they were talking about it because he had 2 fights. Gokhan Saki had 2 fights, but Gokhan Saki won the first fight. He fought Nathan Corbett and knocked him out with not knocked him out, but hit him with a left hook, and his ear started bleeding real bad. They stopped that fight in the first round. He blew out his eardrum, and then so he got a first round stoppage. But then Tyrone Spong fought this Brazilian cat and went 3 hard rounds with him, and then they fought again that night. I have a problem with that. I think that I love Glory, and I'm so happy they're bringing high level kickboxing to television. But I really think they should abandon that fighting twice in one night. I think it's fucking dangerous, man.
That's the worst thing on your brain is double concussions. So you can still fight on a concussion, and you get in your second one so much worse for your brain.
And it's not even. If one guy got a concussion in the first round of their fight, fought 2 more rounds, was like out of it, and then an hour later is got to fight in the final match, and the other guy won his first fight with 1 punch, didn't receive any damage at all. Just because, they both had to fight doesn't mean that it's an even situation going into the final fight. It's absolutely not even, which makes it kind of interesting for the folks at home. But I think when you're dealing with the highest level combat athletes, it's a disservice to them to make them compete like that.
You kind of have to do that on Ultimate Fighter. I mean, you do get longer breaks, but, man, that's crunched into 6 weeks.
I agree.
If you go into a fight and get cut, they might not even let you fight. It's everything's got to work together for that show too. I mean, not always the best athlete wins that show because of so many X factors that going into the fights.
And hand injuries.
And that just goes back to game planning as well. Taking the first couple rounds or first couple fights nice and lay, and not pulling everything out of the toolbox. Just finding the safe fights to save it to the end.
One of the kids on this season, Ultimate Fighter, I think how do you pronounce his last name? Spawn.
Oh, the kid with had the good knockout to get in the house?
He had a good knockout to get in the house, and then he had a second fight and fought very conservatively. And people were just going crazy and booing him and getting mad at him, and Dana said it was one of the worst fights he's ever seen. Do you have a problem with that? Does that drive you nuts when you know the actual scenario inside the house? You know that you have to get through that. And this idea that you're supposed to throw caution to the wind in your future. Just throw it on a whim just to make it more exciting.
Entertaining, yeah. I mean, the guy's smart. He's looking towards his future. He's really smart. I mean, a lot of people don't look at it that way. They don't realize how fast this show is filmed. It's filmed in 6 weeks. You fight a week later, most likely. Sometimes you'll get a little bit longer break, but my last 2 fights were within 5 days of each other.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's incredibly difficult to do, and in any other situation, it probably likely wouldn't get sanctioned.
No,
good call.
If you were fighting in the UFC and you fought a 3-round hard fight, and then they said, he's going to fight another 3-round hard fight in a week, you'd be like, he's going to what?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if somebody from this past weekend, let's pick a fighter, Damian Maia. Damian Maia had a 3-round scrap this past weekend. If he had to go and, this week someone fell out and they said, well, Damian Maia's going to fight this weekend in Vegas. You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Vegas Athletic Commission would be like, the fuck he is. But somehow or another on an extended show where it's a tournament format like Glory, they're going to fight in a night.
That's right.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you fight the next day, but they'll let you fight an hour later.
Yeah, no matter how the fight goes, even if you win, like easily, you still get suspended 30, 45 days.
Exactly. How the fuck is a guy fighting a 2-round war, 3-round war in kickboxing, and then gonna fight again?
Then I guess that goes back to how they used to have like 12-round kickboxing matches, and then
we used to have 15-round boxing.
Yeah, there you go.
matches.
And then just breaking it up is pretty much how the same format is.
But it's not, because you're never getting cold.
You're getting breaks, yeah.
Yeah, that break when you get cold and everything chills out.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
That's a terrible. I fought 3 times. The only time I ever fought kickboxing, I fought 3 times in one night.
Oh wow.
And I had an hour between the second fight and the third fight. And you try to fire up again. You've already fought twice that day. You're beating the fuck down.
That's a wrestling tournament.
It's very hard.
You got to train for that aspect also.
The wrestling tournament, though, the only difference being that wrestling, you're not taking head blows.
Yeah,
I worry about guys in Glory getting concussed in the first round and then making it through somehow and then fighting in the finals and getting head kicked into oblivion. You know, I really do worry about that. I just don't think it's the right way. I think they've got such a great thing. They're putting high-level kickboxing on TV. You're getting to see all these Muay Thai greats. You're getting to see all these like amazing fighters and fights. But the situation with a tournament, I just think, is archaic. I think they need to abandon that shit.
Just single fights each night.
Some more tournament MMA. There's no. I mean, when they used to do that shit in Pride, they used to do that shit in the UFC.
Then you get even playing fields. I like that better for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes people win terms that shouldn't win them.
No,
I shouldn't say shouldn't win them, but
they shouldn't win them. You're right. They shouldn't win them. It's not fair. It's too crazy. It's like, yes, it's interesting. Yes, it's entertaining. Yes, it's fascinating. But it's unconscionable knowing what we know now about injuries and about damage that a body takes to do that just for entertainment. It's because it's not as simple as you're risking it all on one fight. You train for 8 weeks. Boom, you're in the match. It's not. It's two fights in a day. Oh, you pussy. Why, maybe you should be fucking commentating on hopscotch, you fucking queer. I'm just saying.
yeah, definitely want to take the fighter safety into account for sure.
Duane Ludwig
Yes,
and TJ Dillashaw, I think we cleaned up a lot of things. I think we solved a lot of problems, judging problems, training problems. And listen, man, I can't say enough. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
You guys, awesome job and awesome potential and awesome things to come. TJ Dillashaw, well, I can't believe it, man. I mean, it's impossible to say how impressive the whole thing has been. For you, you're living the dream, man. Congratulations.
Thank
Bantamweight motherfucking champion of the world.
Sounds good.
Kapow! TJ Dillashaw. All right. Thanks to our sponsor. Thanks to NatureBox. Go to NatureBox.
Oh, I need some of that NatureBox.
We'll get you some, son. Go to naturebox.com/Rogan and get 50% off of your first box. Thanks also to Onnit.com. Go to ONNIT. Use the code word Rogan and save 10% off any and all supplements. And right now is today for 48 hours. Today is June 2nd, Monday, June 2nd, and you have 16% off of everything.
Best company.
That's
Don't miss out on it.
Weird number, 16. Use the code word June48. So that's for 48 hours. June 48, 16% off. You've got 1 day and 20 hours, almost 2 days as of right now, as of 3 o'clock.
I better hurry up and get on there.
All right, you dirty fucks.
Get on it.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Much love to everybody. Follow TJ Dillashaw on Twitter and Duane Bang.
Duane Bang.com.
Duane Bang.com on Twitter as well. All right, big love. Mwah. Big kiss. Mwah. See you soon. Mwah.
Sexy.